Hey there, friends. How's it going? My name's Popeye, and we've got 3 more mystery detective games for you. If you couldn't tell by this detective-y background music. Before we get into it, again, none of these games are sponsored. All these demos are available for free on Steam. So if there's anything you like, we don't finish any of these, by all means go and take a look at that. Alright, so this first one, Mirage Noir, on Steam. It doesn't have any release date or price. This demo's been out for approximately a year. It's the only game by this developer so far. And I guess I didn't see any trigger warnings, but these are mystery stuff, so there's possibly some murdery stuff that's going to happen. And I realize you guys can't see my mouse, but I am using my mouse for this. So for settings, if you don't want any audio, which we'll leave in, but you can get the right answers for all of the logic, as well as there's some kind of friendship, whatever points. We're going to play with those off. If you want extra audio, there's extra audio. I think it was sitting around there. But yeah, we're going to dive right in. It looks like they had a mini demo before this. So if people played the mini demo before this, it looks like there's new content now. We're going to dive right in. Yeah, so if you played the original demo, I did not, you can start from the second demo. But we're going to start at the beginning. She's over there. Don't let her get away. They're so persistent. Can't they just let me go? Guess not. But evidence. I guess we don't have evidence. We don't have profiles. Okay. A gunshot echoes behind me, and I reach down by instinct. Then I remember I lost my weapon long ago. I have to just outrun them then. The way back home's blocked. The office is probably the safest place for me to hide for the night. The problem is I need to lose these guys first. Let's see, I saw a bunch of them in front of me earlier. When I ducked into an alleyway on my left. Okay, so we went this way. This is going to be mirrored because my camera's mirrored. So I went left, and then took 2 right. So 1, left, right, right. Okay, so it's as if we took a right turn. Oh, and it's timed? So then, let's turn back right. So that'll take us back away from them if they were straight ahead. If we turned left, we would have run right into them. There she is. Crap, I messed up. It's fine, they're still far away. I can outrun them. Shit. The bullet barely grazed me, but warm pain shoots through my entire arm. I actually got shot. I try to see how bad the wound is, but the sound of pursuing footsteps interrupts me. Well, if we die here, I think we've sped run this demo. Now stop thinking about it and keep running. You won't get another chance if they catch you. Ooh, made it back somehow. Good thing I still have the keys to the office since I've been playing so many all-nighters lately. I don't know if Speedrun has world records for games that are only demos, not fully released yet. Oh, and we can see my cursor now. We can see it on the menu. The place is dead silent. That's not surprising. After all, the clock says it's 2:30 in the morning. Guess I'm not sleeping in my own bed tonight. I think that's the 4th time this week. What a terrible night. They chased me around half the city and I didn't even get any of the info I needed. What a waste of time. I also got shot. That's probably the worst part of this night, is I got shot. Or maybe not. The fact that there was so much security there means I must be on the right track. I think I'm getting close to the truth. There's one more piece of information. I'll be able to put this 4-year-long nightmare to rest. We have 0 context as to what we're doing. Maybe then Theo will... Ow, why is my sleeve so wet? Oh gosh, that's a lot of blood. A river of blood trails down my arm, and I grimace as some of it drips onto the floor below. I barely felt that gunshot until now. Adrenaline sure is something else. I take a quick glance around to see if I could find where the first aid stuff is, but I don't see it anywhere. I'll clean this up later. I have more important things to worry about right now anyway. You have more important things than the, stream of blood coming out of your arm. Okay. I move over to my desk and sit down heavily in the chair. I'll just make a trail of blood to our desk so they know who caused this issue. Tonight was a failure, and there'll only be on more alert from now on. I doubt a repeat performance will get me anywhere. What else can I do? I'm running out of options now. Photograph still sitting on my desk is facing up today. On most days, I can't bring myself to look at it. Maybe I can ask them for help? That's been too long. We haven't spoken in years. They probably wouldn't pick up even if I called. Besides, I don't want to drag other people into my problems. The worst case scenario is one of them might be the culprit. What if I hired someone else then? It'll cost so much money, though. Money I don't have. I guess I could take a loan from the bank? That, or maybe the loan sharks down the street? I'll probably be in crippling debt for the rest of my life, but if to solve this... Huh? What's that noise? Is there someone else here? A sudden sound from near the doorway catches my attention. Instantly, I'm alert again. The guys from earlier? Not maybe. My phone's in my pocket. I try to unlock it quickly, but I immediately notice a more pressing problem. Why did I leave my computer screen on? I'm basically telling them exactly where I am. I need to get away from here. Maybe I can hide under the desk and call for... double exclamations. Something forcefully presses against my mouth. My consciousness starts slipping away. No, I can't die yet. Not until I... Huh? Wait, that's... No, don't... Oh, we get to name ourselves. I don't know if we're... I guess we'll go with the default character name. I don't know if we're good enough to be a private detective based on all of that, but sure. Uni, can you hear me? Huh? Oh, my head. Why does it hurt so much? Are you alright? You just hunched over all of a sudden. It scared the crap out of me. Sorry, my head's killing me. I'm hungover. You said you went straight home last night. So you didn't want to deal with the rain, but I should have known you were out partying. You're the alcoholic here, Theo. It's part of the job. You want me to turn down free booze? I glance around, trying to regain my bearings as the pain in my head recedes. I'm in the plaza right now. Oh, that's right. We planned to meet up before work today. This here is Theo, my best friend. We've known each other since we were young. We lost contact for a bit when we went to different colleges, but we've reconnected since then. I don't have many fond memories of the city, but as long as Theo's here, I'll always come back. Seeing her again is almost worth the astronomical rent I have to pay. Almost. Okay, so just saying now when we meet people, there'll be profile stuff. The entries will be updated as Uni's thoughts about them change. Okay, so if we go here... She's perfect, and nothing else needs to be said. I have a feeling this is going to change drastically soon. It's not because of drinking. And are you sick? You really don't look so good. I don't know, I had this daydream vision, I'm not really sure. I was working on a case at the agency late at night, and then I think I got kidnapped. I pressed something against my mouth, and then, ugh. The memory of getting grabbed from behind was rushing back, and I shudder. Theo grabs my hands. Only then that I notice that they're trembling. It's okay, just that overactive imagination of yours. When we talked on the phone last night before you fell asleep, remember? And you're here now, safe and sound. No time for you to get kidnapped. Besides, you should have known it was a dream. Mr. Potato Head would never let you touch actual detective work. Hey, it could be a premonition of some far-off future, you never know. Were you old and gray in your vision? I hope I'm not still working when I'm that old. I'd be much happier retired somewhere cozy with you, Theo. Actually, speaking of Theo, didn't she come up? It was, I suddenly feel a sharp pain splitting my head open, so intense I almost pass out. I quickly take a few deep breaths, trying to steady myself so I don't scare Theo. Heck, this has never happened before, no matter how scary a nightmare I might have had. What's going on? Maybe it wasn't a nightmare after all. If not, then what was it? A vision? If I actually gained future sight? No, that can't be it. Even if it's from the future, why would those dangerous people be chasing after me? Also, there was that photograph. The rest of the dream was a bit hazy, but I remember that part very clearly. I recognize some of the people in it, but that's impossible. A photo like that shouldn't exist. Because I killed them all. After all, they live in a completely different world from me. We don't know each other personally, let alone enough to take pictures together. Can't help feeling like I'm forgetting something important. Exactly. Ow, the more I try to recall, the stronger my headache seems to be. It's almost like my head's warning me to leave it alone. Are you feeling good enough to get some breakfast? Relax a bit at the bakery, okay? I'm still worried about you. I can't send you to work looking like that. I can feel Theo's worry for me and quickly push all thoughts of the nightmare or vision or whatever to the back of my mind. Shouldn't bother her about it anymore. I'll deal with it myself. Sure, some hot tea sounds great. Love you, Theo. I don't know what I'd do without you. I should get Carrie out while I'm there. Knowing Mr. Potato Head, he'll ask me to run errands as soon as I get to the office, so I might as well get a head start. Let's see, if I remember correctly, he usually likes lattes on Tuesdays, and then 4 blueberry muffins, 6 croissants, 3 sesame bagels, and 1 glazed donut for the rest of the office. Okay, I'm glad they said for the rest of the office. I thought they meant for him, and I'm like, I don't think that sounds healthy. Also, I've never heard of someone whose coffee order changes depending on what day it is. Oh no, the double exclamations are back. Oh, sorry. It's gonna be one of the people from that photograph, isn't it? No, it was my fault. Are you okay? I bumped into a guy with pink hair, though that's not the only thing that stands out. Oh, he looks like a model. We can give Theo a run for her money. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, wait, isn't this guy... If you don't hurry up, I'm putting everything on your tab. He was already holding the bakery door open, an impatient look on her face. No, I won't have enough to pay this month's rent if you do that. Sorry for bumping into you. Bye. Wait. Never had someone run away from me before. Did she not recognize me? Hopes I don't have that much time left before the stream. I need to finish buying materials first. So there's a press conference going on at the palace right now. Wonder what that's about. I'm going. And that concludes today's press conference. What a load of bullshit. You know, the brain can tell that he barely keeps any of his promises. Disease running rampant, a useless figurehead, new serial killers popping up every week, and crime at an all-time high, so much for being the world's golden standard. Responsible for the last one, boss. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, Sasha and Alexei Dorla. Pardon me, I thought you had left already. It's quite the interesting press conference, Your Highness. Oh, yes, well, thank you for taking the time out of your busy days to tune in. Wouldn't have missed that clown show for the world. I love how he just called overworked man. Well, regardless, thank you. You're on your way up, correct? Please don't let me keep you. Better watch yourself, yeah? You're getting a bit too comfortable. Letting a lot of these regulations go is a sign of goodwill, but we don't notice you overstepping your bounds. I'll keep that in mind. Those Dorlas are quite the handful, aren't they? Dr. Killian, forgive me, I didn't see you there. It's alright, Prince Derry, you've had a long day. Suppose I have. Sorry to bother you at this time, but could I bore you for a bit longer? It's urgent, I have another meeting later, so I was hoping to catch some rest before that. Afraid it is, I need to review some of the budget cuts to do before the next council meeting. The proposal is wonderfully drafted, of course, but Medwise would like to make some minor adjustments to it, particularly to how the resources are allocated. You understand our concerns, don't you? Very well, lead the way. So far, this is not very detective-y. It's not looking good for our hero here. But that's my cue to save the day. Now then, how should I interrupt the meeting today? Got it. I hate it, which means it's perfect. I'm going to interrupt it with a title screen. Newbie, are you done with those papers yet? Another pile here for you to go through. My boss, derogatorily named Mr. Potato Head, appears in front of me as I'm getting settled in for the day. On it, sir. Been here for 2 years already. How much longer is he going to call me a newbie? It's Granberry, and you can't get fired now. Who else is going to pay for Theo's caffeine addiction? I return to my computer screen, thinking that the conversation's over, but he clears his throat loudly and taps his foot until I look back at him. Don't give me that attitude. This is your punishment for getting my coffee order wrong this morning. I was very explicit about what I wanted. I'm really sorry, sir. Now, I got you what you asked for, and then you changed your mind. Your memory must be fading, but mine still works really well. Thank you very much. If you finish early, let me know. I have more papers you can go through. Of course, sir. I'll let you know if I do. I'm going to do your work for you while you play poker on your phone. You'll win the award for World's Slowest Worker today. Just watch me. So much for beginning the rest of my life. College advertised it as something great, so I worked hard for it. But is this really it? It's just paperwork day after day. Where are the exciting cases I was told about? The robberies, the murders, the crime scenes. Hello, Douglas Detective Agency. What? Murdered? Did I just manifest a dead body? I strain my ears to listen, but I can't hear anything other than frantic gibberish from the other end of the line. Yes, of course. I'll head to the scene right away. George with me. George isn't here right now. He's on smoke break for an hour. What? Good riddance. Then Vanessa, you come with me. She's not here either. I don't think she even came in today. I show up glancing around the empty office and finally seems to notice that I'm the only one currently here. There's seriously no one else besides you? Looks that way, sir. Better than nothing, I suppose. Better not slow me down, newbie. Do my best not to, sir. They actually gonna put me on a murder case for once? Well then, I guess I'll be nothing more than a sidekick, but still, I never thought I'd graduate from the days of doing lost and found jobs. Hey, let's do our best. If we do a good job, maybe they'll promote us from coffee girl to fax machine girl. Dream big. Uh-oh. Phone rings again, and even though I don't know who's called yet, I already get a familiar feeling of resignation rising up within me. Now what? Hello, Douglas Detective Agency. Yes, we'll send someone there right away. Crap, maybe he won't notice me if I sneak away now. Halfway to the door when he spots me. Newbie, there's been some trouble over in the plaza. Go resolve it. With the murder case... I can handle the crime scene investigation by myself. Report to the plaza. I told them you'd be there in 5 minutes. It's at least 10 minutes away, even if I run. There's no way this guy doesn't secretly hate me. I mean... I don't think we're changing his mind, so let's just not piss him off. I hurl curses at him in my mind, but in an astonishing show of strength, I force a smile to my face like a good little corporate drone that I am. Of course, sir, I'll do that right away. Maybe we've got to lull him into a false sense of security so we can kill him later. I drag myself to the plaza, spirits thoroughly dashed. Just when I thought I could finally do something worthwhile, I get relegated to side tasks again. The person who made that call better have a good reason. Well, it's my fault for getting my hopes up. It's gonna be that pink-haired guy again, isn't it? What's a fax machine? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there are genuinely people who don't know what a fax machine is these days. Now then, what am I tasked with doing today? There are people whispering around me, so I shuffle closer and shamelessly eavesdrop. Are you serious? Is no one going to stop him? Don't look at him, he might catch his attention. Ew, what a weirdo. They don't teach decency these days, obviously. Does sound like something's actually going on. That'd be another case of people arguing with the restaurant workers or something. Follow the trail of whispers and find the topic of the commotion. There's a guy stumbling around the square yelling obscenities at everyone and everything that passes his way. A drunk this early in the morning? If I wanted to deal with people like these, I would have signed up to be a cop. Why are detectives getting assigned to these cases again? I guess I should do something about it. I still need to pay this month's rent. Who is paying the detective agency to get a drunk off the streets? Excuse me, mister. I approach cautiously, making sure to stop a couple steps away. The man spins around, eyes scary and feral. They keep darting back and forth as if scanning for threats. His entire body is tense. Weird, I've never seen anyone act like this while they're drunk. You're causing a scene. Can we move this somewhere else? I know who you are. They sent you, didn't they? I'm sorry? Why won't you take me? I refuse to die here. He unexpectedly lurches forward, and I let out an undignified squeak as I barely managed to avoid his errant fist. Oh crap, this guy's a psycho. Sir, please calm down. His hand shoots out and grabs my wrist, squeezing hard. I let out a yelp, trying to tug my hand out of his grip, but he doesn't let go. Help! I glance around, but even though the commotion has gathered quite the crowd, no one comes to my aid. Yes, this is Larry Butts, I'm pretty sure, with his mohawk hair and his, like, spiky shoulders. Let's kill or be killed. What? I'm not here to kill you, please let me go. They all say I won't get tricked again. You just want to take me back to that room again, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about, let go. I yank my arm back, he releases his hold as soon as I do, so I end up stumbling on air and tripping over my own feet before falling to the ground. Ow. I don't have time to rest as he starts moving toward me again. I quickly scramble backwards, but he moves faster, hand reaching for my arm. No, Theo, help me. I refuse to go through that treatment again, I'd rather. He's not interested, dude, take a hint. The body suddenly slumps over a little bit away from me, and I quickly move away. Thank you so much. Double exclamations. You okay there, girlie? I've got an Evil Boy soundtrack. Isn't that cool? Isn't that Alexi Dorla? What's he doing here? My surprising savior comes in the form of a rather notorious gangster. Even I've heard of him. Yes, thanks to you, you saved me. I've seen this guy from far away before, but I can't believe he's actually talking to me. It's not exactly famous for good reasons, but it still feels like I'm meeting a celebrity. No worries, I hate pushy guys like him who can't take no for an answer. Here, let me help you up. He offers his left hand, and I reach towards it before realizing it doesn't fit. Before realizing it doesn't fit. What doesn't fit? Oh, that he's here, I guess? I think she means, like, logic-wise, like, it doesn't make sense. No? Oh, does he have, like, fingers cut off or something? Because he's in a gang? He notices as I'm trying to awkwardly turn my hand to fit his, and thankfully retracts his hand and offers me his right one instead. My bad, it's a habit. You're a lefty? Not really the most pressing question to ask him at the moment, but it's out of my mouth before I can stop myself. Yeah, handshakes are a pain, as you met. Oh, I think it's because, like, normally when you, like, offer someone, like, a hand, like, in the handshake, like, you're doing this so they fit in, but if you offer, like, the same hand, it gets, like, a little bit awkward. I think that's what they're saying. I don't see why this would be so awkward that you'd be like, how do I do this? Thought being ambidextrous might be good for my job, but nope. Couldn't do it. My right hand's as useless as they come. Up you go. Helped him to my feet before stepping back, hands in his pockets. New cop? I haven't seen you around before. I'm actually a detective. Yeah, why are they sending detectives to do this? Don't you guys have more important things to do, like investigating dead bodies and other fun shit like that? I wish. It's usually just lost pets or cheating husbands. Sounds boring, no offense. None taken. I can't believe I'm having a normal conversation with this guy. I've heard so many stories about how he rips people's arms and kicks dogs in broad daylight. I guess they're not all true. Anyways, time to take this guy to MedWise. Oh, and leave out the fact that I hit him and just say he got a concussion from falling down, yeah? Yeah, he's a Wookiee. He rips people's arms off when he loses at chess. Or whatever the Star Wars version of chess was. I glance down at the man lying face down on the ground between us. There's already a blossoming red wound on the left side of his head where he was hit. Space chess. I know I could make you do that. You've helped me enough already. I'll take him there myself. No big, I was about to head there myself. Cuts off, eyes suddenly hardening. I glance over to where he's staring at, but I don't see anything weird. Sorry, girl, I have to retract my offer. I'll make it up to you sometime. Oh, okay. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I nod anyway. Well, he seems friendly enough. He's an infamous gangster. Maybe it's a good thing we're not going together. As expected, though, he doesn't seem to know who I am. I wish there was a way I could ask him about that photograph without sounding crazy. I poke at the guy on the ground to make sure he won't wake up and continue his weird tirade from earlier. He's completely out cold and doesn't even twitch. Don't worry, Twitch doesn't even twitch. Unsurprisingly, Alexei Dorla's pretty good at knocking people out. I sling the guy's arm over my shoulder. I have plenty of experience dragging a drunk Theo home, but this guy's significantly heavier, so I stumble a bit under his weight. As I drag him away, I take one more glance behind me. Alexei Dorla is talking to a woman I've never seen before, and the two of them appear to be arguing. Ex-girlfriend? Law enforcement? Oh well, none of my business. Actually, this guy's also not my business. How did I get stuck delivering him to the hospital again? I momentarily entertain the thought of calling an ambulance. Then I remember that the last one I called ate up half my paycheck. Walking it is. Wait, why would you have to pay for transporting, like a suspect somewhere? Whoa. Midwise is our country's most prestigious hospital and research facility. It goes without saying that I've never set foot in here before. Brought him here because Alexei Dorla said to, but was it really a good idea? Maybe I should have dragged him to my own doctor's office. This is Super America, where everyone's in super debt. And this place is super not in my insurance network. That's so far away, I feel my bones creaking already. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be a line, but the receptionist doesn't look up at all, even when I stand in front of her for several minutes. Excuse me. Try to clear my throat in several different ways, but there's still no response. I found this guy collapsed outside. Can you get checked out? Do you have an appointment? Oh, so she does know I'm here and is just ignoring me. No, like I just said, I found him collapsed outside. We don't have any openings for next month. Please make an appointment next time you decide to get sick immediately. Sorry, my bad. Is there any way you can see a doctor even without one? It might be an emergency. Do you have an appointment? Well, he'll probably be fine, right? At this point, you just leave him there and be like, okay, well, I was just trying to be nice, but he's your problem now. I'm out of here. Bye. I don't think Alexei Dorla hit him that hard. Maybe I can just dump him in the corner and leave him. I've done enough good Samaritan deeds for the day. Besides, the guy should just be thankful I didn't drop him in the trash can after what he did to me. I'm in the process of accidentally leaving him on the floor when I hear someone clearing their throat behind me. Oh my, are you a patient? A kind-looking lady materializes in front of me. Must be one of the doctors here, given the long white lab coat she's wearing. Hopefully she'll be nicer than the receptionist. Oh hi, sorry, I found this guy collapsed on Plaza. I know there's no appointments left. Is there any chance he could get looked at? It's very nice of you to do for a stranger. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't practically foisted on me. Is he inebriated? We have some resting rooms where you can put him until he wakes up. Not sure, at first I thought he was, but he's been strangely aggressive. Maybe he's just a violent drunk? The doctor frowns a bit and then reaches forward and examines his eyes. Oh dear, another virus patient. I almost fling the guy off me. I must look completely panicked as the doctor reassures me quickly. Don't worry, it's not contagious like that, you'll be fine. Despite the reassurance, I hurriedly set him down on one of the chairs and scoot as far away from him as possible. What kind of virus is it? How should I describe it? Put it simply, it amplifies your negative emotions and paranoia. It can even cause hallucinations. It's really quite sad. Guess that's why you're so aggressive earlier. I didn't know there was a disease like this. That sounds so horrifying. And you just attacked a random stranger. I don't even know what would have happened to me if Alexei Dorla hadn't saved me. Also, I'm just gonna call him Alexei going forward. It's a little weird to me that we're just calling him by his full name every single time. Why isn't anyone talking about this? It sounds like a big deal. The doctor must notice the look on my face. She gives me a comforting pat on the arm. Don't you worry, sweetheart. Here at MedWise, we're working hard to develop a cure as soon as possible. Can't divulge too much, but we're nearing a breakthrough. Also, we're the ones who made the virus to begin with, but don't worry. It's Super COVID and Super America, made by Super Umbrella Corp. That's good. I hope the cure gets completed soon. As do I, of course. We've taken enough of your time. We'll take this guy back to the examination room. Free to go. Thank you for bringing him over. She slings the man onto her back and carries him with ease despite her slight frame. Maybe she's had a lot of experience doing these things. Oh, don't worry about the payment. It's covered. Careful on your way home. It's good to hear, since I don't actually have the money to pay for a stranger's hospital bills, especially at a place as prestigious as this. I'm still surprised by her words. Why aren't my medical bills covered, then? And so I'm back here again. I wander around aimlessly, trying to figure out what to do next. Mr. Potato Head's probably not back at the office yet. Maybe I should go do something while I have an excuse to be out. But what can I do? Theo's at work. It's not like I know anyone else I can hang out with. I'm usually fine alone, but it's times like these that make me realize I really only have one friend. Well, who cares? Theo's amazing, leaves me with a lot of time for myself, too. Now then, what super fun and exciting individual activity should I do? Just as I'm debating between going to the lake to skip stones or staring at a wall in a cafe, I spot some commotion out of the corner of my eyes. There are a lot of police officers in the alleyway between Celestial and the Cosmolux Hotel. I wonder what happened. Celestial's where Theo works, if I remember correctly. Wait, isn't that the crime scene that Mr. Potato Head got called in for? Should I check it out? I take the coin out of my pocket. Heads, I'll check it out. Tails, I'll go back to the office. Flip the coin. It lands on Tails. Oh well, I don't believe in things like luck or fate anyway. As soon as I get near the alley, I get stopped by a policeman. Afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, young lady. Civilians are not allowed any further. Figured it couldn't be that easy. I'm a detective from the Douglas Detective Agency. Policeman's blank look. I gesture over to Mr. Potato Head. My boss is over there helping with the investigation. Who? Mr. Pod. Before I call him by the nickname I know him as. And then something dawns on me. What's his actual name again? I scrounge through my memory banks for any hint of it, but I come up blank. Did he really never tell me his name? Was I just not paying attention? I wouldn't just forget it, would I? Yes. Policeman calls out to me, looking increasingly more suspicious, and I scramble to come up with a name. Oh, I'm Douglas? Who? One over there near the dumpsters. I helpfully point to where Mr. Potato Head is, and hope that's enough to placate this policeman. Oh, Bill? His name is Bill. Why are we called Douglas Detective Agency, then? I guess Bill Detective Agency doesn't have the same ring to it, but still. Yeah, that's him. The policeman is silent for a couple moments. I'm thinking about pulling out my identification card and his size. Fine, go ahead. Well, it actually worked. Why didn't we just pull out our identification? We just gotta pull out our lawyer badge. That's how you do everything. I give him a quick nod and scuttle into the alleyway before he can change his long badge. Do we have a badge in our inventory? No. Mr. Potato Head's still near the dumpsters, talking to another investigator. I make sure to slowly inch closer outside of his line of sight so I can eavesdrop. Is him? Yeah, forensics confirmed it with a DNA test earlier. Guess even gangsters bleed red. Gangster? Could it be Alexei? No, the timing doesn't match up then. There's a group of policemen surrounding the body. I slide closer and stand on my tiptoes to peer over them. No amount of mystery novels or detective shows can prepare me for the sight of an actual dead body. My breakfast with Theo threatens to come up, and I forcibly push it back down. Come on, don't get sick. They'll throw you out for sure if you vomit. I'll have to see this kind of thing if you want to make it as a detective. Hold it in and get used to it, Mimi. Take a couple minutes to compose myself before glancing back over at the corpse. Not even that much blood, and it's not that gruesome either, but the context of this is an actual dead body makes me feel a little queasy. Wait a second, this guy looks a little familiar. I've definitely seen him somewhere before. It's one of the Dorlas, right? I'm not too familiar with them, but I do know the basics. They're this country's biggest gang. Some say they have enough power to rival even the royal family and Medwise. The guy I met earlier, Alexei, is pretty high up there in the gang. If I remember correctly, this guy's also in that inner circle, and Mr. Potato had mentioned a gangster earlier. I thought he meant some random grunt, not one of their powerhouses. How did someone like him get murdered in an alley like this? Was it turf war, infighting, or something else? Misha from the Dorla gang, right? Think this is just some drunken brawl? The guy was always arrogant. I wouldn't be surprised if he pissed off some dangerous people. Seemed to be asking for it, in my opinion. Good riddance, the world is better without him. Good condescending attitude, he really has zero compassion. He continues to yap about every little annoying thing Misha has done in his life, and I decided not to waste my one chance listening to him. Time to investigate while he's distracted. Well, as much as I can from here anyways. Might not amount to much, but at this point I'm desperate enough to try anything. Sure. Pretend it's not a real body, Amy. You can do it. Let's see. Sounds like there are two policemen conversing about the body nearby, so try to listen in. Yeah, that's right. He was hit cleanly from behind, no other signs of struggle. There's a big gash on the back of the right side of his head. Blood looks to be dried already. Okay, on the right side. So, if you're swinging something or punching, they're probably right-handed. Yeah. Any substances in the system? Nope, all clean. So he wasn't drugged. Was it a sneak attack then? Wait. Doesn't he usually wear a ring on his hand? I vaguely remember seeing it before. It's not there right now, but you can see the indentation of it on his finger. They wouldn't kill him just to steal the ring, right? I don't know much about jewelry, but I don't think it was that expensive. Initial findings added to evidence. You can open them in yet. Are we still here again? They've already arrested the culprit. They did? Yeah, Sasha Dorla and his bodyguard both have alibis at the time of the murder. The only one unaccounted for within his inner circle is his younger brother. There's already an arrest warrant out for him. Did they talk about Alexei? Well, I've already cracked the case then. Hi, Lissa. If he's hit on the back right side of his head, it had to be a right-handed person, and Alexei is left-handed. He claims he's ambidextrous, but then his right hand doesn't work. I don't think that's how ambidextrousness works. But we've already cracked the case. Already? Since when did they work so fast? It's weird. I heard someone from the royal family wanted this case closed as soon as possible. The royal family? I knew Sasha was going to gain a lot of power, but I didn't realize it was enough to catch the crown prince's attention. The prince is always so indecisive and hesitant, but I guess even he's putting his foot down on this case before it gets out of control. Well, you know how much he and Alexei hate each other. They're always butting heads in public. I'm not surprised His Highness jumped on the chance to get rid of him once and for all. Thanks to that, though, it looks like this will be an open and shut case. Before I can hear anything else, someone grabs my arm roughly and pulls me aside. Oh, not the whiskers. What are you doing here? I thought I told you to handle the other case. Mr. Potato Head glances down at me and I give an awkward laugh. I finished already, sir. I was passing by here on the way back to the office and thought I could help you with this investigation. Help with the investigation? Don't make me laugh. We're leaving. But they might have arrested the wrong guy. Shouldn't we let them know? The wrong guy? Yeah, if you look at the body, you'll see that. Listen, newbie. I've been doing this gig since long before you were born. This field evidence doesn't matter. Oh, okay, evidence doesn't matter. Then what do we do with all of this stuff? But you're a detective. Yeah, we're detectives, we're not heroes. We say what our clients want to hear, and that becomes the truth. In this case, the royal family's already arrested suspects, so there's no need for evidence. They're just gangsters anyway. Honestly, I'd say they did us all a favor by taking themselves out. I know what he's saying is how the real world operates, but to hear it straight from an experienced member of the field does sting a little. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Good, now let's go back to the office. Excuse me, sir. The policeman stops us before we can leave. He doesn't flinch when Mr. Potato Head levels with him with a patented scowl. What? Mind taking this to the station? It seems the inspector wants to see this report. He pulls out a stack of papers that Mr. Potato Head sneers at and does not take. Is your job? Yes, but he specifically asked for you. Fine. People think they can order me around. So he says, but from the way he's puffing on his chest, he's obviously very proud that he was asked for specifically. Maybe we're dropping by the police station before we go back. Me too? Yeah, he needs someone to carry the papers. The police station is crowded when we arrive, and sounds like a lot of fanfare. The police officer ushers us into an empty room before rushing off to do something else. Mr. Potato Head paces around the room, mumbling something under his breath about being made to wait. I do my best to stay out of his way. Why did he even bring me along? I thought he'd jump on the chance to tell me to go back to the office and finish his paperwork for him. Newbie. I didn't think he'd voluntarily start a conversation first, so it takes me a few moments to realize he's speaking to me. Yes? How has work been? It's been good. Good. It's so awkward. Small talk is already hard enough. It's even worse with a boss that doesn't like you. How are you liking the new snacks we got last week? I've only tried the pretzels so far, but they're good. Crackers are even better. They got them on my recommendation. Honestly, they should have just listened to me earlier. I've been telling them to stock up on them for years. See, thanks for the recommendation. I'll try them tomorrow. Good. Can we please just go back to not talking? Excuse me. Saved. The door opens and the policeman steps in. He barely spares me a glance, focusing all his attention on Mr. Potato Head instead. Inspector Clouseau is ready to see you. Finally, you'd think they'd be prompt since they asked for my help. Yes, no, I mean, our boss is just a shadow. Our boss is Peter Pan's shadow. Which is really strange, considering he has a name and has appeared in multiple scenes. Maybe stay here and wait. Okay. Don't tell me he made me come all the way here so he could flex that the police need his help. I glance around to see if there's anything I can read or occupy myself with. I'm not sure if there's any top-secret information hidden in here, so I decide not to risk it. Guess I'll just sit here and stare into space then. Thankfully, I don't need to wait too long. I soon hear some commotion coming from outside. Feeling a bit curious about it, I slide over the door and peek out the window. There are a lot of investigators running back and forth, barking orders. They all seem very busy. What's going on? I doubt it's because of Misha's case. The policeman at the crime scene hadn't acted with any sort of urgency. Hey, watch it, yeah? That's... From the little window in the door, I watch as Alexei passes by. He looks to me in handcuffs already, and the policeman behind him shoves him forward. It's the rush. Don't I normally get a chance to post a bail before getting locked up? Did your old age make you forget protocol already? Quiet, criminal. Extra cranky today, aren't we? Keep laughing, you're not weaseling your way out this time. You should lighten up a little. I know someone who stresses out as much as you do, and his hair is entirely gray. Wouldn't want that happening to you, yeah? Policemen snarl something else. But they turn the corner soon after, and I can no longer hear them. I wait to see if they'll come back, but after a couple moments of nothing, I leave the window and go sit down in one of the chairs, thinking back on everything I've learned so far. So they actually did arrest Alexei, though from the way they were talking, it seems like this might be a special case. I wonder what's going on. Mr. Potato Head doesn't normally get called on police business like this either. Who are you? The door opens and several policemen file into the room. They all stop when they see me and I quickly stand up. Hello, I'm a detective at the Douglas Detective Agency. I came here with my boss, who was summoned earlier and told me to wait here. Oh, I did see him with the inspector earlier. It looks like that might take a while, though. Great. Sorry to ask this of you, but do you mind moving? This is the only empty room right now and there's something urgent to discuss. Of course, I'm really sorry. No need to apologize. I quickly scramble to leave the room, almost tripping over air in my haste to get outside. Good thing I didn't, or it would have been one of those embarrassing memories that I randomly remember at midnight for the next 20 years. The hallways were still crowded with cops, busy with whatever important case they're working on. None of them stop me from wandering around, though I do get a few curious looks. What should I do next? I let my legs carry me on autopilot as I consider my next course of action. I can return to the lobby and wait for Mr. Potato Head. Ooh, or maybe I can try to track down one of the policemen who did the investigation, see if I get more information. Or... oh, it probably doesn't matter. No matter what I choose, it'll end up the same way. Even deciding to check out the crime scene ultimately didn't change anything. Once Mr. Potato Head is done with his business, we'll go back to the office and things will go back to normal. No matter what I do, nothing will change. The door next to me suddenly opens and I jump. The policeman that emerges looks annoyed, and I recognize him as the guy that had been with Alexi earlier. I take a step back to let him pass me, but he doesn't even seem to notice I'm there. He stamps past me to the security booth around the corner. It's only then I realize I don't know where I am. I must have wandered over here while I was lost in thought. I was the prisoner. Annoying as usual. Seriously, he never shuts the hell up. You ever considered asking someone else to do this? They'll quit. I'm the only one left. To ask for a pay raise. Whatever. Look, this is the last time I have to see him anyway, right? What do you mean? Sounds like they're determined to nail him for this no matter what. They haven't found the murder weapon yet. So I heard Inspector Clouseau is going to deal with it, if you know what I mean. Wait. I feel I just heard something I wasn't supposed to. What is that? The officer in the security booth pales and jumps to his feet. Where are you going? There's a security breach in the chief's office. Most people are busy with the card right now. So if they're asking anyone available to respond, there's important evidence in there. Card? What about the prisoner? Just leave him. You can't get out without the key anyway. Two of them sprint away, and then just me and an empty security booth. With a key? Question mark? So far we haven't had a whole lot of investigation. And we're almost near time for this game. A security breach? The timing is a little conveniently suspicious. Alexi's not trying to break out of jail, is he? A little curious, I slide over to where the security booth is. The door seems to be locked, but I can see the monitors just fine from outside. All the cells seem to be empty except for one, a B221. I can see Alexi in it, arms crossed behind his head as he lets out a lazy yawn. Still in there, a bit surprised. I thought he would somehow have unlocked his cell door and bolted by now. Not entirely sure Alexi committed the murder, but it sounds like they're planning to blame this on him no matter what. If anyone out there believe me, I'm just a nobody. Suddenly I remember the door the policeman came out of earlier, sitting innocently across the hall. That leads to the cells, right? I stare at the door, then back to the monitors, then back to the door. In that case, should I go straight to the source? No, he's just a stranger. That'd be stupid, and you might not even appreciate it. Just go back to the lobby and wait for Mr. Potato Head, Uni. But... he was in a picture. In a dream. I feel like if I leave now, I won't ever get the chance to see him again. We can just leave! We can just leave him to die! Oh man, that's... Can you imagine if an ace attorney... all the cases, Phoenix is like, I don't feel like taking that. Alright. I'm not actually sure what the Konami code will do. It opened our notebook. Interesting. Alright, well, we can just leave. I'm sure that's the wrong answer. I should just leave. I'm sure someone else will help him if he's really innocent. This has nothing to do with me. I go back to the office after that. Nothing exciting happens, but Mr. Potato Head does spend our study bragging about something that the inspector had said to him. I still wonder what would have happened if I'd gone to see Alexi, but there's no use thinking about that anymore. The city is relatively quiet since it's a weekday. Gio's busy with something, so I take my time going back home. I don't think there's anything fun to watch on TV tonight, so maybe I'll just go to sleep. Today was a bit of an exception, but tomorrow it's back to the ordinary, everyday grind for me. Maybe if I'm lucky, something exciting will happen. Maybe I'll get something cool to work on. Ooh, or maybe they'll hire someone new so the others won't pick on me so much anymore. The possibilities are endless. New pep in my step and daydreams filling my head, I head home to mark the end of that very ordinary day. Where am I? Alright, the police officer, the security breach, and... Okay, so we can see that leaving just gives us an ending and it just boots us back here, so I guess we'll go in. I stalled for a few more seconds as if waiting for a police officer to come stop me, but no one does. Okay, here goes then. I quickly glance at the monitors, trying to piece together the layout. There's no map, but from what I can see of the cells, I create a mental image of what the jail looks like. If you can piece this together from like 5 security cameras in about 3 seconds, then you're a rat solving a maze. Also, this is the same girl who got lost on her way here. Yeah, I think I've got it, just in case. Just gotta remember as much as I can. As soon as I manage to commit it to memory, all the monitors suddenly go out. What's going on? Am I doing this somehow? I glance around, but no angry policemen come rushing over to arrest me for somehow telepathically destroying their security system. This seems really suspicious. Should I still go? No. Skip. Yes. You made a decision already, and you're probably a bad one, sure, but don't back down now. Here it goes. We'll go talk to him, and then I think we have to call this one here, so we're already at the hour. Actually, here. Jail's empty, just as I saw on the monitors, but I can still tiptoe just in case. Based on the map I visualized earlier, what's the fastest way to get to Alexei? Right, left. Oh, I thought we were at the security booth. Also, how is this faster than that? I start walking down the bottom path, but I soon notice it's littered with security cameras. Why are there so many over here? Cameras were down earlier, but I don't want to risk it. I should take the long route around instead. I mean, there should be cameras everywhere, right? That's how you were able to map this out. Like, I don't understand why you were surprised. Thankfully, there are less cameras the other way, so I managed to make it all the way inside. I'm peeking into each individual cell to check if Alexei is there when I suddenly hear voices from somewhere up ahead. It's the handiwork, I believe. Yeah, I thought you just pulled the fire alarm. Maybe it's Alexei talking to one of his gang buddies? I sneak a little closer, but I can only vaguely make out 2 dark shades from here. One of them appears to be behind bars, while the other is leaning against the wall next to the cell. I quickly slide behind one of the corners before they can see me. Why are you here anyway? To laugh at as your sworn enemy gets put away by your hand? Not responsible for this. Sure, you came here awfully fast. Thought you're supposed to be in a meeting. Must know the meeting's been cancelled. I've been stuck in the restroom for the past few hours. Yeah, I told you there are better ways to make snacks than hot sauce nachos. You still insist on destroying your body. But sir, there's nothing wrong with the nachos. Our mutual acquaintance decided to blast confetti and glitter from the vents during my meeting earlier to forever to get out of my hair. Do that? Isn't he just a programmer? Don't ask me to explain whatever voodoo witchcraft he manages to concoct. He's probably trying to get you out of that snooze fest. Don't be so hard on him. They'll strike the speakers to blare Uptown Funk on repeat. Okay, well, this now takes place in the same world where Uptown Funk exists. Sammy's been rather obsessed with that song lately, hasn't he? One of them has to be Alexei. Who's the other guy he's talking to? That doesn't sound like another gangster. Also, what's with this conversation? I peek my head out a little again. Alexei seems to have moved closer to the cell bars, angling himself towards the person outside. I could tell just from his body language that he has a smirk on his face. Anyway, a little birdie told me that the royal family was responsible for my arrest. If it really wasn't you, then why are you here? Do you suspect me as well? Of course not. Nice to hear you finally admit that you trust me. This has nothing to do with trust. You're neither capable nor smart enough to pull something like this off. Your faith in me is heartwarming. Alexei suddenly stops and stands up straight. What? 8 o'clock. Quickly hide back behind the wall, but the damage is done. Who's there? No way you saw me from all the way over there. Are you just not talking about me? Girl with 2 buns. Okay, that's definitely me. Show yourself. Should I run? I can't see that guy's arm, though. What if it just makes things even worse? The safer option is probably just to show myself. Might as well get a little close and see if I can gather some information of the identity of the guy Alexei's talking to. You do what you need. Came here with a purpose. You know what you're getting into, so don't chicken out now. I take a deep breath, steeling myself, and then take a step forward. Hello, I'm not anyone suspicious. Very convincing. Are you that girlie from earlier? Bryce remembers me. Yeah, hi again. Thank you for helping me out. I really don't mean any trouble, though. I'm just here to... I'm about to continue when the sight of Alexei's companion makes me stop in my tracks. Your Highness? Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, it's really him. The Crown Prince of Solari, someone who I thought only existed on my television, standing here in front of me right now. I can't believe he's an actual human being. What are you doing in a place like this, Your Highness? Were you the person I heard talking to Alexei just now? No, I only just arrived myself. Was there someone else here? Sorry, I guess I was mistaken. You know, she's just saying that to be polite, right? I would have called you a liar, personally. What's going on here? I thought they hated each other. It's from the way they've been talking. Shut up, you buffoon. This really Prince Thierry? It definitely looks like the Crown Prince I've seen on television, though. There's a scowl on his face in lieu of his usual smile. Excuse me, can I ask a question? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to. Sure, go ahead. I've been listening to Thierry moaning and complaining anyways. Hey, Alexei. You're allowed to be more careful in the future, though. Tigger and Batterwolf might just eat you up, you know. Watch where you stick your nose, He smirks down at me, obviously trying to appear intimidating. The jail bar separating us diminishes the desired effect. Oh, thank you for the warning. You seemed way more terrified than me earlier. Tell? I guess that's probably a specialty. I'm still a little scared, but I no longer think you'll kidnap me and sell me off overseas and steal all my money. You really thought I'd do all that, huh? Well, I did run in here to try and help you. It seems a bit counterproductive to be terrified of you now. Anyway, I thought the royal family and the Orlas were sworn enemies, but you've been acting like your friends. Well, political reasons and all. What kind of reasons? She didn't listen to your warning at all. Long story short, a lot of people would be happier if we didn't get along. It'd be too much power if we were on the same side, and that would only attract enemies. It's easier if we just didn't associate with each other in public. Guess that's better than the alternative. It sounds kind of sad. I can't imagine not being able to go and hang out with Theo whenever I wanted. Alexei, that's enough. Yeah, I know. The mood suddenly shifts and he leans close to the big grin on his face. I have questions about boring stuff. You do know why I'm here, right? You're the prime suspect for murder. You're still here even though you know that? Well, yeah, because I think there's a good chance you didn't do it. Sorry, what? Quite the charismatic fellow, aren't you? Even got a random girl to trust you already. Look, I know you accuse me of a lot of things, most of the time they're true, but this one's actually not on me. I haven't done anything yet, besides help her out earlier, but I hope you're not just here to repay that favor. No, it's not that. There's a reason why I think it's unlikely for you to be the culprit. Yeah, what is it? It's because... Oh. Easiest way to land a clean hit on someone there without them noticing it's from behind, isn't it? In that case, shouldn't the wound be on the left side of his head instead? Alexei's left-handed, isn't he? You are? How many years have we known each other? You could at least pretend to pay attention. Prince Thierry ignores him, looking back at me, and I can see the suspicion in his eyes. How did he know that? We had a conversation about it earlier in the plaza. This appears to be a recurring topic. You two ran into each other? Yeah, it was right before I got arrested, actually. Wait, so that woman I saw talking to him actually was law enforcement? The explanation only seems to make Prince Thierry more suspicious, and he frowns at me with a disapproving look on his face. She knows too much, claiming it to be simple observation. She coincidentally met you earlier, and now she's conveniently with evidence. I don't trust her in the slightest. I don't blame him for being suspicious. I know fully well how sketchy I seem. I wouldn't trust me if I was in his shoes either. Why are you really here? I fall silent, a bit sure of how to proceed. I can't mention the vision reason. Obviously, what about the police one? I hadn't expected to run into the Crown Prince in here, though. He's in charge of them, isn't he? Won't he be upset if I bring it up? Hey. I look up when Alexei speaks. He gives me a grin and nudges my head towards His Highness. You can speak your mind, he's trustworthy. My reputation must be in the gutter if I need such a gangster to vouch for me. Hey, you said it, not me. I'm still a little unsure, but it's a bit too late to do anything other than trust Alexei's words. Since the area didn't seem like the type of person who would fall for any half-hearted lie. I actually heard some policemen talking earlier about how an inspector's planning to frame you. Yeah, which one? Clouseau, I think? Not even sure if I pronounced it correctly, but it's obvious by the look on their faces that they know exactly what I'm talking about. Motherfucker. That may pose a problem. He has the chief's backing. You really came here just to warn me because of that? Well, I didn't know if anyone else out there would do anything about it. I just couldn't stand such injustice. And more importantly, if you get locked up, we'll probably never see you again. I can't let that happen. Or figure out what that vision meant. Yeah, appreciate it. Suppose we should proceed with the jailbreak. Sorry, jailbreak? I expect them to laugh it off, but they look dead serious. They've already decided to frame Alexei. It'd be better not to wait in case they move into a more secure prison. It'd be harder to retrieve them after that. I'd rather rescue him first and deal with the consequences later. You always know I'm down to break the law with you, dumbass. It's pretty different from what you imagine, yeah? Yeah, a little. Don't want the prim and proper facade fool you. This man's got the biggest potty mouth I've ever seen. Are you two done gossiping like a bunch of high school girls? He also talks like an old man. Must be the company he keeps. Yeah, I feel like it's my choice. I have to spend my days listening to rich old men bicker. What's going on here? Crap. A policeman appears out of nowhere, and I quickly take a step back. Trespassing is a federal crime, young lady. Please follow me to the interrogation room for some question. D. Are we not doing the whole policeman act? Sammy said something unexpected popped up and forced me to come here to rescue you. Say hello to Miss Something Unexpected over there. The policeman glances over curiously when Alexei gestures at me. Hi. Hey. Am I getting arrested? Arrested? Oh, of course not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Key. Alright, here. Policeman hands over the keys, muttering under his breath about how long the outfit took to put on. A gangster, a crown prince, and a fake policeman. I feel like I've entered a completely different world as I stepped into this jail. I don't know. This is nothing like what I expected this game to be. Freedom at last. The door opens and Alexei comes sauntering out, looking like just came out of a party instead of a jail cell. Must have spent over half your life behind bars. I'm sure a couple more hours wasn't too bad. The only reason I enjoy prison is teasing the wardens, but no one's around this time. Theory was here to keep you company. Another person who calls the Crown Prince by his first name. Just who are these people? I get up enough of his lectures at the hideout, thank you. Hideout? Oh, that sounds kind of cool. Samuel, what's happening? I heard commotion nearby. The others fall silent as they watch Prince the Airy press a hand to his ear. He listens quietly for a few seconds and his frown deepens. It appears we have visitors, a lot of them in fact. Yes, I think you are correct, Sam says. All for little old me, I'm honored. Instruct some of them, Sammy. Tell us what to do. Held together talking with whoever's on the other side of the earpiece, I realized they've probably forgotten I'm here. Only 3 cameras? Aren't you the self-proclaimed world's best hacker? If I just leave, they can probably take care of themselves, right? No? They'll factor my well-being into any escape plan. Besides, I've already done what I came to do. I don't think it'll be much of a help going forward anyway. No, Thierry, you can't be seen here. Who knows what repercussions will be if they find out you were here when the prisoner broke out. Want to lock me back up? It's a little too late for that. I'll get their attention. You two sneak out while I'm doing that. I have the best disguise. I'm the most dependable one here. It's fine if I get caught. Ah, screw it. Excuse me. I look a little startled when I speak up. Yeah, they definitely forgot I'm still here. Why did I have to open my big mouth and stick my big nose in their business? I might be able to help. You? Well, I did sneak in here. I still remember some of the layouts. Maybe I can help you figure out an escape route? The fake policeman dropped something into my hand. It's a small earpiece. Surprisingly lightweight, even to my untrained eye, it looks well made. Gem. Your and Alexei's safety comes first. And deal with everything else later. Fine. I'm a little surprised you conceded so fast, but I'm not about to argue. Feeling rather like a spy, I quickly stick the earpiece into my left ear. Hello? Hi. Voice greets me and I'm taken aback by how quiet it is. What were you thinking? Can you tell me what we're working with? I can take control of 3 cameras and wipe their feeds. What else? Gary cannot be spotted by any security camera or policeman. What a pampered little prince we have here. Are you sure you're not the one we're breaking out of prison? Quiet. I mentally draw up an image based on the map of the prison I saw earlier. I should be able to get them out if you're okay. Gotta keep an eye out for the police though, the real ones at least. One more thing, they locked the main exit so you need to pick up the keys at the security booth. Just one thing after another today. If I get the keys, I think I remember where the security office is. Let's split into 2 groups then. I'll go with her. Good idea. Sure, you're okay with leaving poor defenseless Gem alone? I'm fine. I'm more worried about you two arguing, honestly. He's the one with all the weapons anyway. Sorry if I scared you. They're all props, so you don't need to worry. Pulls out a baton and taps against my hand. It feels like foam. You didn't need to tell her that. I couldn't tell at all. They look really professional. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm kind of sad we didn't really get anywhere with this, but I'm gonna have to call this here. We're not ending, this is just for me to cut later. This game was not at all what I was expecting it to be. I mean, it definitely has that, like, noir detective feel to it, but it's more of a visual novel, if anything. I mean, we've collected some evidence, but I mean, I was able to figure out the question that they were going to ask really fast before they even, like, gave it as an option, so seems like the actual puzzle solving is not quite there yet in this. But again, that was Mirage Noir. No release date on Steam. This demo's been out for roughly a year, and obviously we didn't finish the demo. And the demo has 2 parts. I'm guessing we're maybe near the end of part 1, kind of breaking out of prison might be at the end of part 1. I'm not sure what part 2 will be. But yeah, that was Mirage Noir. So I'm just going to save here. How do I save? There we are. And I'll exit out of this one and we'll get the next game loaded up. And based on what I see here, it looks like there's potentially 4 cases just on the main screen. There's 4, like numbers 1 through 4. Okay. Check in on the dog. He is calmed out. This game's made with Unity. Hello, Silver. How's it going? We're not ending. I know it says that. We're just cutting to our next game demo once it loads in. You want to show yourself? There we go. Okay, so our next game that we got is Trials of Innocence. Again, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. This game released in March of this year. It's on Steam for about 22 Canadian, probably around 17 American. And yes, Sam says Happy Pride Month to everyone out there. I hope that doesn't mean Obtuse is having a bad day of chess. This is the only game by this developer. So far, from the images I saw, it also looks like an Ace Attorney-esque game, but this one looks more courtroom focused, so hopefully we get more actual mystery-solving stuff. It does have voice options in Chinese, Japanese, English, as well as text in all 3 of those as well. Other than that, just basic audio and message and resolution stuff. Again, possible trigger warnings for murder. I'm not sure what any of these cases will be about, and I don't remember seeing any trigger warnings. on the page, but there might be some kind of murder-esque case that comes up. We're gonna dive into it. Okay, it's all fake. Sounds good. Whoop. Geez, this looks like a very, like Persona style text box.
什么?
Wait, are we an octopus? That would be kind of cool. August 9th, 9th. Wait, it's got auto? Can I turn auto off? Slower message speed so I can click through. Let's try the... I want to hear what the English voice acting is as well. It doesn't seem like that's working, so I think we found a tiny glitch. So that's now in English, although that was... Sounds like it wasn't even in Japanese, which is what I had originally. This sounds like it's in Chinese. So it looks like they have a small bug with this voice language menu, or this just doesn't work. But just for the sake, I'm going to switch it to Chinese, exit out of that, go back, switch it to English, and maybe to just like loaded this a little bit. But let's see. No, so I think this is maybe the only voice that's available for this demo. Okay, so we do have murder, so potential trigger warnings for murdery stuff. Also, this guy's eyebrows, I think he's had too much caffeine or he's got like a migraine or something going. Oh, but here we go, we've got our lawyer's license. So, we are Luna Ray. This is our ID. We work at Drake & Thomas. We are a full-time lawyer. And we have been since April 2024. So if this game came out in 2025, then we've been a lawyer for only 1 year, approximately. And we're working on the Pine Camel case. So we've got an autopsy report that I'm sure we'll find out is outdated in about 30 seconds. It's the time of death between 3:30 and 5:15 p.m. yesterday. Cause skull fracture. Extensive bruises on back consistent with a fall. Okay. We have a live stream video from 4:57 showing the moment when Plum Swift pushed the victim off. Okay. So it's like a live stream, but it looks like they've just highlighted the important parts. So I guess first thing is it looks like they land on their chest, even though there's reports of injuries to the back. We see a scraped knee. Oh, they're holding like a selfie stick, it looks like. And they were, I don't know how they were writing. Maybe the pen was in their mouth or in a pocket and it shoots out, but they're writing something, and I have no idea what they're writing. This is 6 minutes after they fall. But that fall didn't kill them. They're then seen looking at something off screen. Oh, and it looks like they've set it up somewhere. Okay. They come back later with blood, which they'd already had on their knee, which is their right knee. It looks like that's their right knee. And then we get Octopus Thing, who comes in and falls. Okay. So we have that live stream, and we've got some people. So this is our boss, Charlie Drake. This is us. So this person is a live streamer who discovered the dead body. Okay. And our friend is a detective novelist who is involved in stuff. Okay.
结果果然刚一闭眼就开始做乱七八糟的怪梦了。
I like the look and feel of this. It's pretty polished.
你这个样子，真的没问题吗？今天可是你作为律师的第一次出庭啊。
At least the audio here doesn't sync with their
没问
lips.
题，对吧？
So I'm not sure if they've designed the lips to move with either the Japanese or the English audio, which isn't either here or isn't working.
真是服了你了。
Actually, I'm going to quickly look at the game files and see if I can spot resources. Can I see audio files? Voice. Okay, I'm just going to open a random voice one. They're not named in any nice way. It's literally just like a hash or a GUID. So there's no easy way for me to see if there is language-specific ones there. And they're not like nicely done in folders for each language. Okay, let's end this chaotic opening. My name is Luna Ray, a newly graduated lawyer who just returned from studying abroad. This person who appears rough and unreliable, but is actually much more capable than me, is Charlie Drake, the chief of Drake and Thomas Co., as well as my senior and boss. Today marks the first trial of my career as a lawyer. But the situation right now is a bit tricky for a rookie. As for why, that's a long story. Chief, I don't think I can handle this case by myself. Is this just... okay, that's just another way to open this. Okay, it looks like it has controller. I do remember seeing that it had notes, so there is some controller support. I do remember seeing that they have a lot of bugs related to controller support on the demo page. So probably keyboard and mouse is the best way to go about it, at least for the demo. And actually for the main game, since this one is released. Okay, so he's going to be our assistant in court. Okay, so we have to go speak to our client. Okay, so yeah, we're a defense attorney in a murder case. Okay, so we have to go confirm all the details with our suspect. There's the Miles Edgeworth spin-off. It's not quite the same. Okay, so we basically have no defense, and we're gonna make it up as we go because we only have literally this morning before the court case to figure stuff out. Okay, so Plum Swift, our client, is our friend. So this is Butts. Yeah, exactly. Should you not be in, like, police custody or something right now? At least they raised that. I guess they probably just didn't want to do another art style of them in handcuffs. I want to see him put his goggles on.
那边那个正在撒欢的人，就是你的委托人。
当了被告进法庭还这样，确实是他会做出来的事。
The seemingly unnervous person is my senior from college, Plum Swift. After graduation, she worked at a law office for only a short time before transitioning to becoming a detective novelist. Although it's hard to believe, her works are said to be quite popular. Just before getting off work last night, I received a call from her saying she's been arrested on suspicion of murder. Wait, so was she also a lawyer then? Or she just worked at a law office, but she's not a lawyer? Due to the urgency, she had no choice but to entrust me, the lawyer with whom she had the closest relationship. She may be unreliable, but I know she wouldn't go as far as committing murder. Today I'll have to find out the truth and help her clear her name. No time for small talk. Plum, quick, tell me more detail about the case. Yeah, she might have not been a lawyer, but in some other respect in the law. They went to college together, so probably at least she didn't necessarily have to do the bar exam, but she could have done some other legal-esque degree. We barely had a chance to talk before the detention center closed. You only showed me some video screenshots. Okay, that's what we have here. Okay. We couldn't view any more details than that now. Okay. If I hadn't seen those things, I wouldn't have said that nightmare. I wouldn't have had that nightmare just now. Okay, we collected the screenshots as evidence. Let's focus on the case. All I remember is that shocking line. I was dressed up as an evil god and got arrested. Wait. Hold on. So that's her? Okay. We have our lawyer's license. Is that not good enough? Okay. Maybe you should make sure you get off as innocent before you write your new detective novel. Is it normal to dress a bit weird for collecting material? Okay, so she's claiming this person died at the exact time she arrived. She was there by coincidence, and she was dressed weirdly. Okay. I don't think either of them is normal. Her boss is on my page on this. Is this person really your senior? She doesn't really seem like someone who studied the law. Oh no, she's got the look. I feel like she's writing spicy detective novels. The two sisters are reflections in the mirror, indistinguishable from each other, and even modern technology can't tell them apart. They appear like shadows in the night, ready to push the incoming detective into an endless abyss. Plum, your novel is becoming more and more fantastical. Is this still a detective story? Doesn't it resemble the exploring science show we used to watch together? It has been a long time since I have played any Ace Attorney game, so if there's Ace Attorney references in here, I might be missing some of them. And I have not played the Great Ace Attorney yet. That's on my backlog, and a lot of the newer ones I haven't played with the kid. Are you really supporting such outrageous content? Yeah, I've already gathered some information before you arrived. So the prosecutor facing Tay just got their license half a month ago. Feeling a bit easier now? Heard about that too. It's good news for you. Today's trial is a showdown between rookies. That gives me a bit of confidence. That's the spirit. Look, I've even arranged some reporters to cover your debut. What? No wonder there's so many people outside of the cameras. You're the one who called them here, Plum? If I lose, my career will hit rock bottom right after the debut. And if she loses, she's getting the electric chair. Don't worry, this case should be a breeze for you. After all, I'm innocent. I just pushed the victim off and he happened to die. Okay. The plot twist in this one is everyone we're defending is actually guilty, but we have to get them off anyways. What? You're the thing in the video that pushed the victim down? The destined showdown is about to begin with the rookie lawyer pitted against the prosecutor in a thrilling courtroom clash. Wow, how's that line? Wait a minute. What you just said, you didn't mention it at all yesterday. I didn't, maybe I forgot. But, court is about to begin. In 1 minute, defense and defendant, please proceed to the courtroom. Oh no, we have no time left. Wow, anyway, I definitely didn't do it, so relax. Good luck, I'm going in now. I know why his eyebrows are twitching now. What a unique client. Time's almost up. Take the few pieces of evidence we have and get ready. Holmes' attitude is always different from ordinary people. I can only rely on the few items on hand. Just in case, I can browse through the exhibit tab in the top right corner. Okay, yeah, we've already looked at everything. Yeah, and actually, I'm going to quickly look and see if there was discussions about... So there are some issues with the language options. Okay, so apparently, because of budget constraints, almost all voice language is still in Chinese. However, if you switch to English, you'll get certain key phrases like objection in English, is what the developer says on Steam. Yeah, and I'm not going to click through any more because like there's some spoiler stuff. And I see the top comment is people were unhappy with the last case, which we're obviously not getting to since this is a demo, which is a bit sad because like the production value of this actually seems pretty decent, other than the voice issue. And I mean, with something like this, I actually wouldn't care too much about like fully voice acted. Someone suggested on the forum that if you switch it off the Chinese for voice language, just mute everything so that you don't hear it in Chinese, which is like a reasonable workaround. That probably shouldn't be that hard. But let's see if we can get through this case. We've got about 40 minutes on this game. Still pretty good production value. Very good production value for an indie developer. It's clearly a clone, but I'm happy with it.
辩护方那个已经准备就绪。
老夫想想，哎呀，检控方已经准备好了，应该是这样吧。
This guy had like an end of life crisis, and like he's like, you know what, I'm gonna retire and get one of those like retirement jobs. But in his case, his retirement job is just being a lawyer. Isn't the prosecutor today a rookie who just got qualified half a month ago? How come it's a man as old as my grandpa? Okay, well, I mean, good on you, old man, for becoming a lawyer at like the ripe age of 70. Could this be one of those stories where Janitor at the courtroom finally gets qualified after years of hard work? Okay. There's not voice acting for this stuff as well. So even such an old man has to appear in court. The procuratoriate really fall into such a state. Anyway, focus on the trial. Okay, it's miswriting prosecutor Hush. Yes, that's right, a prosecutor Hush. Both the prosecution and defense are newcomers to the field. Whether the defendant in this case is guilty or not will largely depend on your performance. Please do your best. I will. Let's get straight to the point, Your Honor. Very well. It seems both of you are ready. Please proceed with the case summary. The prosecution? Me? I'm trying to recall it. I interrupted my thoughts, Your Honor. Now I've forgotten everything. Sorry about that. So what are you going to do now? Wait. Oh, I remember now. Oh, you remember? this case, obviously, it's a murder by poisoning. It happened on a cruise ship, and the defendant is a lawyer named surname Drake. It's a case of that. What? Chief, you seem to think that you're the defendant in this case. I'm standing far from the center. Even if you got the person wrong, you should think you're the defendant. That's not the point. Is there something wrong with what I said? Yes. There isn't a single part of your statement that is correct. Oh. What should I do? Can this grandpa prosecutor really make it? Well, that prosecutor has turned the opening into a mess. This won't do. We can use this chance to impress the judge. The prosecutor's unreliable, use your speech to steer the trial back on. No, we should leave it off track. He's not even talking about our defendant. He's talking about something that has nothing to do with this case. So let's just leave it there. Give it a try then. I've seen the trial procedure many times. What should I say now is...
Objection!
The prosecution statement seems to partly deviate from the facts. This should honestly just be a mistrial at this point, really. Regarding the defendant, the details of the case, please allow the defense to make corrections. Objection sustained. Defense, you may go ahead. First, it said in the opening here, we're here to try a murder case. My client, the defendant Plum Swift, is suspected of killing Pine Camel, a ghost hunt live streamer. Is that correct? But you said finally matches the information I have. I can understand the live stream, but what is Ghost Hunt live stream? The Ghost Hunt live stream is a popular format in Japan and South Korea, similar to ruin exploration. These streamers explore eerie places to capture supernatural events. It's called a Ghost Hunt live stream. In recent years, with the development of major video platforms, there have been many people live streaming ghost hunts. Here's a poster for this Ghost Hunt streamer. The drawing depicts his appearance during the live stream. I think I've seen this post before. It was posted by the victim not long ago. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay. Spooky Shack. We've got someone here, this crawling thing, the dead guy. Okay. It's August 8th. Okay. 3 p.m. it said, right? And they died. Okay. Still don't quite understand, but simply put, it's just a group of people seeking trouble by exploring risky places, right? It's not entirely wrong. For the crime scene in this case, it's a high-end Chinese-style residential community. What was that subtle hesitation just now? Did you forget the name of the community? You're in my mind, Chief. On this case, Mirage, the awkward name is indeed hard to remember. No worries, if you need any information, remember you can check the exhibit. The name of the community where the incident occurred should be there. Okay. Mère de Maison. Murder Mansion? Is there really a community with such a name? Find it weird too, but the community's name matches what was on the victim's promotion poster. Seems to be the case. Looks like the defense is well prepared. Impressive. I'm not feeling cheerful despite your kind words. For the next question, I'll ask the defense to help me answer it, please. For example, why was the defendant arrested by the police? You must know the reason, right? Something the prosecution should know best, isn't it? Seems like Prosecutor Hush is seeking help from us. We have to step up and be the good guy. Why do I have to play both defense and the prosecution? In that case, let the defense present evidence. So this entire case is us being like an old-timey cartoon where we're running back and forth playing both the prosecution and the defense, and we're switching hats in between. It's the video where our person pushes them off the cliff. I have a video record of the victim's live stream before his death. The contents is, well, hard to describe. Oh, show me. Isn't this supposed to be video viral? These are all screenshots. What exactly are these photos? The live video is very long, and it's a lot of repetitive and irrelevant footage. I only took screenshots of the relevant parts. Let me explain it briefly. The time of this screenshot is 444. It's an ominous number in a lot of Asian countries, because 4 sounds like death. Showing the victim storming the house after entering looks like he stumbled. At this moment, the victim appeared to be holding a selfie stick and writing notes at the same time. Subsequent footage is all in portrait mode, and the victim had already found a place to set his phone and disappeared in the screen. There's no movement for the next few minutes. Next time the victim appears on the screen is 4:54, where he exited towards the right side of the frame. See a bruise on the victim's leg caused by the stumble. This is the last time the victim appears on the screen. At 4:55, a pink object appears on the stream. After entering the room, it hesitated and looked around for a while. It's not until 4:57 that it continued moving forward. Then, accompanied by a falling sound, a blurry shadow fell down, and the shadow was later confirmed to be the victim lying dead on the first floor. What was that creature behind? Was there really a ghost haunting this murder house? I can't completely rule out this possibility, but there are no ghosts appearing in this video. The pink object is actually an exaggerated mascot costume, and the person in the costume is my client, Miss Plum Swift. And I just knew it minutes before trial. Why would you dress like a squid at the crime scene? I think the thing's called an octopus. Oh no, it's an ancient god called Cthulhu. Thank you. What on earth is that? In a word, the entire sequence of events above witnessed by all the viewers watching the live stream. I believe that's why the defendant became the prime suspect in this case and was arrested by the police. Am I correct, Your Honor? Why are we asking the judge? I didn't expect the defense to have such a clear grasp on the case details. As if you're trying to directly prove her guilt. No, that's not what I meant. My defense hasn't even started yet. Nor has the prosecution. That old man is giving you a thumbs up. Great job. Now you're the prosecutor. If it goes on like this, my mind is going to split. Now that both the prosecution and defense are ready, let's proceed. Well, with just these few exhibits is not enough to prove the defendant's guilt. Prosecutor Hush, please summon the witnesses. Wait, the prosecution is still searching for documents. Oh, now witness Miss Orchid Falcon is entering the courtroom. How come you're still searching for documents on site? We took on this case too hastily without the chance to interview the people involved or investigate the scene. Everyone's word and actions in court, along with the exhibits presented, will be crucial. Pay close attention. Got it. Prosecutor, Hush. In procedure, I should introduce myself. Right, yes, do that. Okay, security yard administrator.
你不是牛警官吗？那个单枪匹马剿灭600人盗窃团伙的警界传奇呀！
您过奖了，坊间传言总是比真相夸张一点。其实那个团伙只有6个人。况且我已经不是刑警了，孩子渐渐长大了，就想换一份安全点的工作。毕竟孩子他爹还在中东战区维和部队服役，我们不希望他在将来同时失去父母。
Okay, so we got Detective Gumshoe if they left their job and were more competent.
现如今，小区保安才是我的身份，让你见笑了。
哎呀，司法界失去你这样一位人才。
对了，各位也听到了，证人之前是一名刑警。 他还是案件的知情者，具备专业的刑侦知识。检方认为有 由他来代替老夫说明情况更加合理，怎么样？
You've explained nothing, so yes.
收到，那接下来的时间就交给我了，请各位看看这张现场布局图。
Okay, the incident occurred in V2 of the mansion. It's a duplex with a Chinese-style decor and a two-story structure. This also appears to match somewhat this. That window. No, that's a door. The last two owners of V2 died. It expected been rumored as a murder house and been vacant for a long time. More than one victim. Three. And we've got some blood here. Mentioned visited he obtained through prior application. The victim, Pine Kamel, had reserved V2 in advance for a ghost hunt livestream. During the livestream, the audience saw the defendant push him from the second floor to his death and called the police at once. Once the ambulance and police arrived, he was already dead. The defendant, the only person at the scene, was arrested. The second floor doesn't seem very high, yet the victim died on the spot. Indeed, at this height, you wouldn't even have serious injuries if I fell, right? If you really fell, you wouldn't be here anymore. Not that simple. About that, please take a look at the photo of the scene taken by police upon arrival. After the former owner's accidental death, a small amount of antique Chinese furniture was left unattended at the scene. Fortunately, the victim hit his head on the corner of the altar table during the fall, which led to his death. That table's doing pretty good if someone fell from a second story onto it, and it's not damaged at all. His head right on the corner. Bad luck. Let me submit these items of it. Wait, you're a witness. Why is the witness providing evidence? I think this should have gone through the police. Objection? By the way, since you're the administrator of the community, can you give us a brief overview of it? Sure, the incident took place in Murder Mansions, a closed, high-end community built by a foreign enterprise. The number of houses directly managed by me in Zone B is very small. What do you mean small? How many specifically? 3. There are only 3 total. Only 3 in Zone B. They're all large Chinese-style villas, and the community's high-end. As you may know, the density of the population is an important measure of the community's high-end status. No matter how high-end it is, there's still a murder house. In addition, the property is a closed management system requiring non-owners like the defendant to register for entry and exit. Therefore, it's relatively easy to trace the personnel involved in this case. I have a report here for your reference. How did our defendant get in, then? Oh, she's remarks, weirdo. Okay. Are we going to ignore the obvious bamboo deer who signed out? Okay. He already had a band-aid on his knee. Why did he have a band-aid on his knee? Because we saw from the live stream video, he had hit his knee, so he went and put a bandage on it. I appreciate this. Okay. I think a lot more pieces of evidence all of a sudden. I'm a bit lost now. Don't worry, apart from collecting evidence, we can also get a testimony. With the testimony of the witness, we can gather more information. Once the witness starts testifying, the significance of each exhibit may change based on their statements. Right. If I want to help Plum clear her name, I need to find evidence that proves she's not the murderer. The witness, based on the current evidence, is the defendant really the only person who had the opportunity to commit the crime? Provide more detailed explanations. Sure. Allow me to report on the reasons for the defendant's arrest. Well, we can already prove that they weren't the only one there at that time. Okay, at 4:50 p.m. on the day, the defendant, dressed in a bizarre outfit, walked into Zone B of the community and crossed paths. Shortly after the defendant got in, the police arrived. As a security guard and former police officer, I accompanied them at once. We climbed the external stairs of B2, broke the door, found the defendant tied up on the second floor. Wait, tied up? So you're saying they tied themselves up after committing a crime and just stayed there, okay? Per the autopsy, the victim died when the defendant pushed him from the second floor, causing his head to hit the altar corner. Based on the condition of the scene, it can be deduced that no one tampered with the area after the victim was pushed off. During the on-site interrogation, the defendant also admitted to pushing someone off, so he arrested her on the spot. Indeed, the logic is clear and flawless. Thanks to the professional detective, I suddenly see the light. Things I didn't, remember, all came back to me. After hearing this testimony, does the defense have any thoughts? I have two questions. First, the bizarre outfit you mentioned is this one. What a masterpiece, huh? The defendant walked into Zone B dressed like this that afternoon. First, I saw a strange creature moving toward here from afar, then trying to break into the community. Without hesitation, I intercepted that thing and realized it was a human wearing a strange mascot costume. If she hadn't been making a fuss there, I would have taken out a tranquilizer gun for wild animals. Yes, why do you have that? That doesn't sound like something a security guard needs. It took a lot of effort for me and the investigating officers to strip this costume off the defendant. Custom-made 360-degree mesh structure on the head that wouldn't obstruct the insider's vision. The outfit seems to have something strange on it. I'll examine it. So it's got a patch, it's got a key, and you can see around it because of this mesh, okay? Okay, I got that part. Another question. If what the witness said is true, there's the possibility that the defendant accidentally pushed the victim. This would significantly affect the nature of the case. We admit that the defendant accidentally pushed the victim and it led to his death, admitting she's the murderer. Of course, the charge of negligent homicide is much lighter compared to intentional homicide when it comes to conviction. I'm entrusting you with a not guilty defense. I can't back down on this issue. Defense is the right to question the witness. Please allow me to question the testimony. Okay, it looks like it's the exact same, press, present, object. Okay, asking questions will not diminish the judge's impression. So we can push, but, okay. So at the very least, we're not at the point yet where pushing on the wrong thing gets us penalized. This game's been out for March, April, May, 3.5 months, and they're not sued yet. When a keyword is clicked, the witness's full original testimony is displayed. When the same testimony is clicked again, a cross-examination of that statement will be indicated. For identifying a testimony that contradicts, okay. So we can look at each of these. Rather than in Ace Attorney where you click through, so we can look at each of these specifically. Okay.
Hold it!
This seems already the same as the picture when the police arrested the defendant. Yes, yeah, cautiously, aside from taking the defendant, everything at the crime scene remained as it was. 450. Does that line up with... That does. Okay.
Hold it!
Okay. She said enter, but we do have proof that someone exited slightly after.
Hold it!
Okay, you're the one who found... Oh, no, the people in the live stream called the police.
Hold it!
External stairs. Wasn't there an entrance on the first floor? It's a bit complicated. That's not really the focus of the case. Simply put, due to years of neglect, the door on the first floor was rusted shut. We had to enter through the second floor. So we immediately found the defendant on the second floor when we entered. The defendant, what was her condition at the time? She was entangled on the staircase railing in her bizarre outfit, a rather eerie state, unable to move. Police took a while to rescue her and almost alerted the fire department.
Hold it!
Okay, so that's their blood. Okay.
Hold it!
We do serve as the basis for the police response match the defendant's own testimony. We really suspected the extensive coverage of the clothing might indicate the possibility of someone impersonating, but the defendant immediately identified herself on the screen, which greatly helped the police. This here doesn't match with this photo, I don't think. Let's see if we can confirm it. Because if this is top-down view, then their body should be here and not here. Another... Yeah, because this stuff's hanging off the balcony, right? And the balcony, we can see, is here. But that's hanging off the balcony, that's here, table, their body should have been there. Let's try this. I ask you a question. You believe the defendant who admitted to the pushing is the sole suspect since no one tampered the scene afterwards? Yes, the defendant's condition prevented her from tampering with the scene. Also, if he hit his head on this side, then why is he over here? The police inference that the victim was pushed from the second floor, hit their head on the table, and died. Given the position of the body in the alt table, that's impossible. The body fell on the right while the bloodstains on the left. They were on totally different sides. At just one floor's height, I don't think the body could have hit the altar table hard enough to change its angle. There's another conspicuous issue with the photo we're discussing. The blood around the body is minimal. Is this what you'd expect from someone who fractured their skull on a table? Maybe someone deliberately manipulated the scene before a police arrived. That is indeed hard to rule out. After hearing the defense's argument, I also find this scene photo very suspicious.
Objection!
Prosecutor, do you have any opinion? Your Honor, Officer Falcon. I haven't caught up with you thinking, can you please help me refute it? Okay. I acknowledge the contradiction by the defense, but doesn't undermine the conclusion reached by the police. Because it means that the body shifted in direction relative to the altar table before the police arrived. This does not change the conclusion that the defendant was the only person present at the scene. But the defendant was entangled in the staircase and didn't have the ability to tamper with the scene. Whether the defendant was entangled in the staircase railing before the victim's death is something we cannot prove. Yeah, we don't have any pictures of that. Given the victim's limited fall height, there's also the possibility they'd survive for a short time after. What if the victim moved the altar table after he fell? During the struggle, he accidentally moved the table. I feel like the prosecutor needs to be proving more than us just disproving stuff here. Okay, stronger testimony. Hopefully we can finish this up in about the next 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to the last demo. Yeah, okay, the first floor is sealed up. The lock on the second floor is faulty. Once closed, it'll lock itself at once. You have to use a key to enter or exit. Okay, then how did the defendant enter? Oh, okay, they had 2 keys. No forced entry. Okay. Can the lock be submitted? Yes, luckily for you, I brought the lock and the whole door with me, in fact, here with me. Oh, they did exactly that. Okay, great. Yeah, we're gonna call that lock-picking lawyer. Else.
Hold it!
Securely attached. Okay. Okay, so his keyring was under his body, and hers was with her wrapped up in the costume.
Hold it! Hold it!
Yeah, Beatrice did it. So I'm pretty sure, we'll go through all of these, I'm pretty sure we just have to say that someone else was there at that same time.
Hold it!
Explosion-proof glass. Okay.
Hold it!
Wait, hold on. Okay.
Hold it!
So this lock is just here because. Okay. I feel like the defendant should not be allowed to just, like, have random outbursts in the middle of this. Okay. So if we go here, can we present this?
Objection!
Okay. According to this, there's a person named Bamboo Deer who entered. This person left just after the incident. In that case, the police cannot rule out the possibility that he entered the crime scene to commit the crime. This person couldn't be a suspect, so I didn't mention it. Why couldn't they be a suspect? It's about timing. To review the contents of the live stream. The moment the viewers witnessed the defendant pushing the victim off was 4:57. This visitor left the community at 4:56. Seems you get it, these two events occurred almost simultaneously. And there's no third key. Let's say this person did enter V2, so what? The video is completely revealed the moment the defendant committed the crime, a fact that cannot be erased by any interference. If your assertion is that the defendant is completely innocent, then the incident of the defendant causing the death must never have happened. Yeah, you can't just write any time on the exit sheet, right?
Objection!
The video didn't record the moment of the crime. The defendant in the video was someone else in disguise. I don't think it's that one. The victim was still alive after being pushed up. I've been wondering this because if we look back at this, you can see their bloody knee, which has been patched off. We can look at this. Okay. We look at the key on you. That key doesn't look like it matches that lock, just saying. So we have proof that they went and bandaged themselves. Let's see. So if they fell there, okay, so we got bloody knee at 44, bloody knee at 54, and 55, and then again at 57. So you're telling me they stood there for 2 minutes before they fell. And we don't know the judge's age, and they're just called the judge. We don't even know his name. Oh, and also he's 84, the new prosecutor. The video didn't record the moment of the crime. But then in the video was someone else in disguise. The victim was still alive after being pushed off. Okay, which of these helps our defendants? The defendant in the video is... I don't think it's this, because that implies they took off their costume, which seems like it would be a giant pain. And I don't think they would do anyway, so I don't think it's option B. I feel like 1 is maybe the most viable. It seems like they're very adamant that the fall killed them immediately. Pine Camel's already dead, and it was his body that fell. But even if the defendant admitted that she pushed down the victim, it wouldn't constitute murder. Yeah, the judge is this mysterious person.
Objection!
Blind spots. So here's where they fall the second time. I mean, the only time that we have blind spots is here, where they're actively falling, and they're clearly not being pushed off. Their head's blocking it here, but they're here. Oh, I almost accidentally clicked present on that one. Can we prove... Okay, so you have knee highs there. Okay, it's still knee highs there. This time, there's like a 2-minute gap. And if you were tangled up here, where... That was also 6 minutes from them falling, them setting up the camera. I guess it's this one. We can't actually see who's pushing them at that time, right? We can't see who's there. We can't see who's falling. So it's probably one of these two then. Let's go with this one, I guess. And we are going to have to stop this one shortly because we are at the hour mark. But let's just see how they respond to this. Video records more than the defendant pushing the victim. Just a moment before the victim appeared on camera. If the live stream was dead before the defendant entered, how do you explain this footage? The one live streaming was his dead body. I mean, it's probably that the video was pre-recorded because we can see that they had they had bandaged their knee. Yes, it's advanced AI. Is it actually the last option? We actually don't have much in terms of footage after this, because we can't see them actually after this point. After they set it up, we don't see anything about them for the next 7 minutes. Just for fun, let's do this. Why do you have why do you understand once we do stuff, but before you didn't understand anything? A lot of in some of those covered up by the upper part of the screen, not captured on camera. Person camera must have been someone else disguised as the victim during the live stream. Kill the victim, then disguise as the victim for this live stream. I don't know if I like this case.
Objection!
I'm glad we haven't had to interview our defendant. We're basically just arguing that Bamboo Deer had opportunity and saying that we should have the right to examine them. Are we gonna have a costume change? Yep, okay. Cool. We chased out your witness. I think we win. That's how it works, right? Okay, they're declaring a recess, and we're gonna have to cut this one short here, because we are at the 1 hour mark. I mean, this one, unlike Mirage Noir, is much more of a Ace Attorney clone. I'm not sure if there'll be actual investigation or if it's all just gonna be courtroom stuff. But in terms of like sound design, graphics, everything is pretty good. Can we look at the frame where the shadow is falling? Sure. It's the final frame of this. The door is still open, so someone could come in. It has a very hard stop on the left. Also, I don't know how your body is shaped like that. And if we cross-reference it with anything else, there's nothing really there. It looks like the costume with the... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. It's got all the, the little bits on it. The thing I'm still waiting for is when did they patch up their knee? But yeah. This game does seem interesting. Again, this released earlier this year on Steam. It does seem like the developers are working out some cash flow issues in terms of the voice acting. I don't know if people want to reach out and offer voice acting services them. Maybe. Case felt a bit like the logic didn't quite make sense, and I'm not sure if that's a translation issue. Because I can tell that the developer appears to have started in Chinese, considering that was their main voice acting piece, and the game actually launches in Chinese as well. I assume it's Mandarin, but I don't know enough to say. And you actually have to figure out how to navigate to the menu to switch it. It's not that hard. I figured it out really easily. But that was Trials of Innocence. I think that's worth taking a look at. Maybe grab it on sale if you are interested in Ace Attorney, things like that. I'm going to save it. I'll probably finish this one off stream at another time. And it has chapter select, so you can just redo the chapters that you like. But we got one last game for tonight. And this will be the last game demo detective-y one. So we've gone through all my game demos. Alright. You want to show yourself? There we go. So the last one we've got you for today is called The Real Face of a VTuber. This is the only one I'd actually semi-heard of before. I don't really know anything about it, but I had seen some ads and stuff for it. Again, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. This game on Steam has no price listed, but it is listed as releasing Q4 of this year. So maybe check back September, October, wish listed if you kind of want to follow it. The dev, unlike the other two today, this is not the developer's first game. They actually have a few other free games and another paid game. Not all of them are in English. I think one of them is available only in Mandarin, I believe it was. But they all fall more or less in the visual novel Ace Attorney style, except for one that was a action shooter, not like a Call of Duty, but kind of been more of an arcade style, I guess is what I'm looking for. And yes, Sam says, I will be off next week, so I am going on a mini vacation, so I will not be here next week. The week after, I may or may not be here. I can probably figure out something. It just might not be on Friday at the usual time. It might get pushed to the weekend or something like that. What can I tell you about this? English, Japanese, probably Chinese, and simplified. It has streaming mode. I don't know what that is, but we're in streaming mode. It's got skip. And then just sound and text. And yeah, we're just gonna start and see where this takes us. And I know we're running a little bit behind. We usually are on demos, so I'm gonna try to do a hard stop in about 45 minutes at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So what is this real face you mentioned, prosecutor? By real face, I'm referring to the person that actually controls a VTuber's true identity. Okay, then, so this VTuber's real face will influence the development of this case? Yes, you even see it's the key to this case. Is that so? Then, do you know who this VTuber's real face is, prosecutor? I believe I do, and have collected the necessary evidence to prove it. And our name is Justin Truth. We're just in time, with just enough truth. Don't mind, I'd like to start from the beginning. Who ate my pudding? What are you yelling for? I just want to eat my pudding and it's not there. Do you eat it? Pudding? No. Why'd you stutter? It was you, just admit it. Slander. What proof do you have? The only two people that use this office. If it wasn't you, then who was it? There could be a hitherto unknown third party. What third party? Prosecutor Truth, you're back. Oh, you might get it, Sam. It says, are we the prosecutor in this one? Maybe we'll get to be the prosecutor. Sir Haas, when did you get here? A little while ago. Secretary Close said you'd be back soon. I've been waiting here for you. See our third party, I bet she ate it. Huh? Ate what? Somebody ate my pudding. Pudding? Wasn't me. Anyway, that's not important right now, Mr. Truth. There's been an incident. A murder at a VTuber company, to be specific. Excuse me. What do you mean it's not important? I was looking forward to that pudding. Mr. Truth, there's been a murder. You can't be serious right now. Alright, let's get to work then, I guess. If I ever do find out you took my pudding, it'll be the last pudding they ever eat. So what's the case? The head of a VTuber company has been found dead in their office. Police have done a preliminary investigation, but we'd like you to come take a closer look. A VTuber company. You don't know what VTubers are? They're virtual YouTubers. Basically, rather than watching a real person do their video or stream, they're watching them control an anime version of themselves instead. Yes, this is not really me. This is AI. Anime version of themselves. Why would anyone watch that? I wouldn't badmouth them if I were you. VTubers have a huge audience, and you really don't want to make anime fans mad. Why? Are they scary or something? Anyway, whatever. A case is a case. Let's go check it out. I'll lead the way. Oh gosh, trigger warnings for blood. No, we cannot solve the pudding case. Like I said before, the victim is the head of a VTuber company. They also appear to be a chicken. His body was found in his office on April 20th. 420. Nice. The person who found him said... Hold on a second. What's wrong, prosecutor? Can you just tell me about the victim first? He's the head of a VTuber company, like I said. He died from... I mean, can you tell me why he's a chicken? Is this a joke or something? Oh, that. Because their last name is Chicken. Are you kidding me right now? Thank you for the quote. This is ridiculous. I know in all my years as a prosecutor I've never seen chicken nuggets dipped in ketchup, right? I know, it's a travesty. You shut up about chicken nuggets and ketchup. Ketchup is a gift. You can put ketchup on literally everything. And ketchup, have some respect for the dead, Secretary Close. You're more a sweet and sour sauce guy, huh, prosecutor? That was some bad taste. Happy day after National Ketchup. Was yesterday actually National Ketchup Day? I love ketchup so much. Anyway, what happened to the chicken? That's Mr. Chicken, prosecutor. You know what? I'm calling him Mr. C from now on. What happened to the Colonel? Forgot how much I already told you. How about you start from the beginning? Or how about you just ask me exactly what you want to know? Fine. The deceased is one Mr. Chicken, founder of Lillian Entertainment LLC. And just what does Lillian Entertainment do? Hold intellectual property rights, put on creative events, sell merchandise. They're basically an agency for VTubers. What's the size of this company? Currently 6 employees and 1 VTuber, not including Mr. Chicken. 7 people in charge of 1 virtual, what is it again? A VTuber. Try and say professional, please. Right, VTuber. And who is this VTuber? Her name is... Karipa. Karipa? Hold on, I think I've actually heard of her. She's not just a video game streamer, she's been on TV, commercials, even held a concert. She's even popular internationally. Whenever I see her, I just think, man, kids like weird stuff these days. And now we're investigating her company. Huh. I guess it makes sense why this VTuber would take 7 people to manage, though, if they're that successful. Anyway, I've gotten off topic. Please continue, Officer Haas. Right, so first we haven't been able to locate the deceased mobile phone. Okay. He apparently rarely contacted his family. The following description is all we could gather from his employee's landlord. He was a workaholic. If he wasn't sleeping, he was working. He lived alone, was single, and didn't maintain any close relationships. Yeah, take care, Samus. Go get some rest. The only inconsistent thing about him was his work schedule. Maybe just the nature of the industry, but he'd come and go at random hours, often sleeping in the office overnight. He actually has a bedroom in the office. Do you have any enemies or debts? No, the company itself has some debts, but they're all legal. Curious about the missing phone. We're still looking for it. If it turns up, I'll let you know. The victim's carotid artery was slashed by a sharp object, causing blood loss, shock, and finally death. I should probably ask where the carotid artery is. Carotid arteries are a pair of blood vessels, one on either side of the neck, prosecutor. The neck. Please continue. There are no other visible wounds and no sign of it. Are you telling me that the medical examiner, the coroner, came, took off the chicken head? Wait, no, they're just actually a chicken. And now I see their arms. Okay, they're just a chicken. Okay, I thought they were wearing a costume, but they're just a chicken. I also love the fact that they just have Notepad open. That's the only thing open in this computer is just Notepad. There are no other visible wounds, no signs of struggle. This may have been due to the victim having sleeping pills in his system. Drugs to help with sleep. We detected some in the cup next to the body. We determined they belonged to the victim. There are no signs that he was given the medication by another party. There is no evidence that the victim took sleeping pills habitually. We also found a suspected murder weapon in the office, a paring knife. Where did you find it? On an employee's desk. We'll question them about it soon. 3 things seem suspicious here. First, the assailant wasn't caught on any security cameras. None at all. At 7:03 p.m., the victim can be seen on the lobby's camera, where the security desk is. At 7:04 p.m. on the second floor's camera, which is the office's floor. But other than the victim, neither the first nor second floor camera filmed anyone suspicious coming or going. Okay. Or if the killer lived on the second floor. We've ruled that one out. 1, the office door was locked when the body was found, so it's highly likely the killer had an office key. Second reason, please look at this. Looking at the second floor's layout, any resident would have to pass by the security camera to reach the office. Yep. So, I think this, and considering how much blood there is, this person was probably, coated with blood, down their arm. Okay, what about this window? That's our current hypothesis, prosecutor. It's a window just outside the office leading to a usually empty fire escape alleyway. It's the perfect spot for someone to climb up from. I've already verified that if someone were to enter through this window, they wouldn't be caught on any security cameras. And there's no security cameras in the office itself. There are, which brings the second point of suspicion. We discovered the victim's computer stored all of the security camera footage. All the footage was deleted. No worries. My sister-in-law is a forensic pathologist assistant, so we're used to her watching something and being like, that blood spatter there is inaccurate for this case. We've reached out to an IT specialist, haven't heard back yet about restoring it. Finally, look at this. Look at how much blood there is. This blood sprayed a lot. Also, I was curious, do I have... I was curious if Google Lens could tell me what's on the notepad on their screen, if that's good enough for it to do. No, it's not good enough. It's let me try again. It's looking like it's too blurry. But let me see if it can focus on it. No. So I don't think it's supposed to be anything of note. That would help if it was in English for me. The victim was killed in his own office chair, and blood from his slashed arteries sprayed all over the place, and yet his computer mouse has no blood, and no fingerprints, okay? Which means that the suspect used the victim's mouse, delete the security footage, and then wipe the mouse clean. That is a possibility. Either way, it's definitely suspicious that only the mouse isn't stained with blood. The suspect be intentionally misleading the investigation. Potentially, we should keep this in mind. What's the third point of suspicion? The victim was holding something. We think he may have been trying to leave a message about his killer. Message? Probably planted by the suspect to throw us off our investigation. That's always how it goes. That's what I was thinking too. I still think it's best we report it to you. What's the message? It's a harmonica. The victim was clutching one of his employees' nameplates in his hand. Every other employee's nameplate was on its owner's desk, only this one was in the victim's hand. I mean, I don't think he had time to get up from his desk, grab their nameplate, and then sit back down here to die. Also, why would you sit back down here? You just, grab the nameplate and, that would be it. Whose was it? I'll reveal that in a moment when everyone's together. Okay. Certainly seems like a well-planned, premeditated crime. Judging from how they avoided the security cameras, the culprit must have intimate knowledge of the building's security system. That also leaves us with a lot to go on. From our current information, we estimate that the crime took place on April 20th between 7 and 11:30 p.m. How did we get those times? 7 p.m. is when the building security saw the victim head upstairs, last saw them head upstairs. 11:30 is based on two things. Forensics tells us that the blood has been congealed for at least 8 hours. Second, the culprit had to have left the area using public walkways, and 11:30 p.m. is the last time a possible suspect was caught on public CCTV. Then the culprit have waited until the morning. No, there's a morning market downstairs starting at 5 a.m. The culprit were to have left then, someone would have seen them. It also said the officer was locked from the outside when the crime scene was first discovered, right? Yes, which is why we've narrowed down the suspects to the company's 6 employees, all of whom have keys. Someone must have committed the crime, left the office, and then locked it with their key before leaving. Who first discovered the body? About that. Hello. This is Misty Ryu. She first discovered the body. Actually called all the office employees here so you question them individually. Why didn't you consult me about this first? I figured it would be more efficient. Alright, time to get to work. Secretary, close. Yeah, but I didn't bring my legal robes. Why didn't you tell me we'd be working? I thought I'd surprise you. Fine, but you owe me some fancy chocolate for this. Chocolate pudding? Taking advantage of me again? Hello, miss. My name is Justin Truth. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. I have some questions to ask you. Great, you seem like the type of guy who can get things done. And you're kinda handsome. Why do you have to hit me? It's butterfly fingers. Pain in them. You want to know when I found Mr. C's body, right? Yes, but first if you wouldn't mind telling me your name and occupation. Oh, right. My name is Misty Ryu. I work here at Lillian in Administration and Accounting. Please walk me through discovering the scene of the crime. Okay. Ooh, we get a flashback. Well, like usual, I arrived at the office a little before 9 a.m. I unlocked the office door and walked inside. Immediately, I noticed a large amount of blood. Then I noticed Mr. C slumped over in his chair. I got so scared I called the police right away. Then I thought, the first person to discover a body is usually the prime suspect, so I ran down and got the building security guard up here to confirm that I didn't mess with the crime scene before the cops came. That's it, basically. Exactly what she told us. Thanks. Surprised you called a guard up here to vouch for you. That was very careful of you. I'll take that as a compliment, unless you're suspecting I did it. My job is to suspect anyone suspicious. Okay, I understand. You're a prosecutor, after all. Although I should remind you that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Sorry, I didn't mean any offense. I'm sure you knew that. But if you do suspect me above everyone else just because I was the first one to find the body, well, that's not really fair to me. I'm obviously very sad about Mr. C's death, but I hope you understand that I want first and foremost to prove my innocence. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything. It's fine, I know this is your job. Prosecutor, the other employees have all arrived. Alright, bring them into the office, please. Shouldn't we investigate the office first before we bring a bunch of people in? Like, they could be, like, trampling on evidence or, like, stealing stuff, knocking stuff off desks. This seems like a horrible idea. Everyone can please tell me their name and occupation. My name is Amanda Childs. Williams Illis. I do the art here. You can call me Sophie. I'm Karipa's manager, in charge of her business deals and collaborations. Honor Chen, digital modeling, Karipa's dad. My name is Prudence Weeks, in charge of merchandising, branding, and stuff. What is stuff? I'm Faye Ward, you can call me Faye. Doesn't explain what you do. I'm Misty Rue, but I guess I already introduced myself. These are all the company's employees. Have you found the killer? Trying. Also, I'm not an officer, I'm a prosecutor assigned to the case. Also, which one of you is the VTuber? How could this happen? None of this will be made public, right? It won't affect Karipa's image? Is that really what's important right now, Sophie? You just signed a spokesperson deal. Do you know how expensive it is to break that contract? I understand, Sophie, but there are priorities here. Well, that would be on them to break the contract if they don't want to be involved with a VTuber who's involved in a murder. Somebody's got to keep the company in mind. Stop arguing. Sorry, I got a little worked up. I'll be calm. I can understand why, but still better to try and relax. Can I order some coffee? I can't relax without it. A little too relaxed. Hey, where are you going? Go to the bathroom. Is that okay? Go use the bathroom. Wait, no, you can't interfere with our crime scene. Can you just hold it for a second? Well, we can't even... I don't like where this is going. Do I look like a troublemaker? Yes. Can't imagine how loud this office must be on a daily basis. That reminds me, can you explain what you do here? We're an entertainment agency in charge of virtual influencers. Alright, that Curry something or other? Yes, Karipa. She's a VTuber we're in charge of. We're very proud of her. Hold on, this VTuber you're very proud of, where is she? Huh? Let's get the silent treatment. About that. Who actually is Karipa's real face? Aren't you guys all co-workers, don't you know? Well, we're all co-workers, but we mainly do our own thing. But there's 8 people in our chat group. 8, but you're 6 plus the CEO, that's only 7. That's because someone has 2 accounts. It's not me. Okay, so one of these people is secretly the VTuber and does 2 things at this job, and is probably the killer. Because they would have the easiest way to, like, hide stuff. It doesn't matter who controls her, she's still my daughter. This is all a big strange. Not a bit strange, it's a big strange. Keeping a VTuber's real face a secret is incredibly important, even between us. Well, that's true, but still. Wait a second. Does no one know Karipa's actual identity? Well, there's one person who might know. Who? The person who pays us every month? Why are you looking at me? Did you know Karipa's real face, Miss Root? Yes, since I pay them every month. So who is it? I can't say, it's our company's secret. Yes, I don't know if you fully grasp the gravity of the situation here. I definitely do, Mr. Prosecutor, but Karipa's real face must be kept secret from everyone, even those within the company. I don't think Karipa's real face has anything to do with Mr. C's murder, right? If our trade secrets are related to this case for whatever reason, please produce official documents stating so, and I will have no problem revealing that information. Are you serious? Gravely. Whatever, this company only has 6 employees, right? Yes, that's one thing I can reveal to you with confidence. Are we not ruling out the fact that it could be like a security guard who's here at night, who would probably also have keys, or a building manager? There should probably be other people who have keys to this place. Alright, I'll have to question you all individually. Unless I call your name, please wait outside here. Interrupt for a second, Prosecutor. What is it? I have some more info related to the case. Alright, I almost forgot. Go ahead. Great. First with the paring knife, suspected murder weapon. Then the fingerprints of 4 different employees on it. Sophie, Honor, Prudence, and Faye. Where did you find the knife? On Prudence's desk. It's placed right on the desk? Yep, right on top. Purposefully, I take it? I don't know, it's strange. We haven't found any other potential murder weapons. Oh, and this paring knife belongs to the office. About the nameplate. The one the CEO is holding. Yes, Mr. C was clutching Amanda Child's nameplate in his hand. The artist? Yes. Got it, thank you. Okay. So we have a goal, and we have information. We have about 20 minutes to figure out what we can. Okay. In the same way that I used Google Lens on what was on his desktop, I'm just curious about what that sign is in the background. See if Google. Apparently, Google says it says "get natural oil." I'm not sure if that's a political thing, if that's bad Google Translate or what, but that's apparently what Google Lens says is back here. Above this desk. Get natural oil. Okay. So we have a suspected time of death summary. We have commute times. Okay. Interesting. We can view the records of everyone there. We have the nameplate. We have the paring knife, as well as... I'm glad they put people's faces on. That makes it a lot easier. Oh, for chicken? Okay. You. We didn't get you coffee, only water. Hello. Good afternoon. Your position here is... I'm a little nervous. What do you want me to say? Just answer my questions normally. Afraid I'll mess up. Can't mess up if you tell the truth. Okay, then I'll try my best. Can you tell me something to help me relax? Everyone gets nervous when they're talking to a prosecutor, you don't have to worry. Thank you, that helped a lot. Don't mention it, make me feel comfortable as part of my job. Alright, my name is Faye, the project manager here. You seem like the worst kind of project manager. If you need everyone to, like, make you feel at home. Okay, I'm ready to get started. What's a relationship? A villain and a hero. Like Mr. C is an evil tyrant and I'm the hero that vanquishes him. I'm being serious. Aren't we supposed to stick it to the man down with the bourgeoisie? So Mr. C is the bourgeoisie and you're the proletariat? Why do you work here? Can you tell me what you think of Mr. C? I think he's narrow-minded. He's too old school, always shutting down my ideas. The VTuber industry is about creativity and newness. Shouldn't we be more progressive? He's always saying that's unprecedented, like it's a bad thing. He's just too lazy to take chances. But alas, the hero always vanquishes her foe in the end. Is that a confession? Question mark? So could I say the two of you have a bad relationship? No, we have a great relationship. You just said you don't see eye to eye at work. Sure, but that's work. He's a good person, we have a good relationship. So, I don't have anything else to say. Do you have any trouble sleeping? No, I usually sleep pretty well. Usually. Sometimes I'm thinking up a new project, and then I get so into it I can't sleep. And I won't sleep until the afternoon. What do you mean don't sleep until the afternoon? I mean I can't get to sleep, so I don't fall asleep until the afternoon. The next day, that's a long time to be awake. Wait a second, when do you usually go to bed? When the sun comes up? Night owl, got it. Doesn't that affect your work? Not really, I come to the office in the afternoon if I need to. Mr. C doesn't leave until late anyway, so it's fine. He does have a very unique office culture. You ever take sleeping pills? Nope, I don't like taking pills. I don't know what the circle is, but it's here now. Where were you on the night of 420? Your friend's house. What's your friend's name and where do they live? Can't say. Excuse me, I'm being serious here. Well, it's breaching my friend's privacy and I can't do that. Will also make or break your alibi, I do not realize that. But I have proof. Really with him, hold on. Look at this. This photo that night, look at his hand, we were together. Miss Ward, that's a hand, it could be anybody's, it does not count as proof. But I have more. Serious, I was there. You just don't want to identify him, right? Right. And what time were you together? From around 7 to 10 p.m. What were you doing? Watching a show. On TV? No, on the internet. Alright. We now have 2 circles. Maybe that's pieces of evidence we've collected? You ever used the paring knife that's in the office kitchen? We have proof that your fingerprints are on it, so this will confirm if you're telling the truth. Yeah, I pick it up sometimes. What do you mean, pick it up? I mean, I pick it up, but I don't use it. Why would you pick up a knife if you're not going to use it? You know, sometimes I get so stressed, I just like to and fantasize about killing everyone here. Sorry, I'm just kidding. That wasn't funny, right? I almost called Officer Hossinger. Well, anyway, don't laugh, but please don't tell me another joke. I'm serious this time. Hey, what is it? Sometimes I like to take the knife and wave it around pretending I'm an assassin or something. Told you not to laugh. Sorry. That's why you pick up the knife? Yeah. You do that a lot? Maybe twice a week? Do people know you do that? No, I'd never tell anybody that. Probably a good idea. That'll be all. Okay, if you're willing to say something that embarrassing, clearly that was the truth. Let's do Miss Accountant next. Hey, you're the one who's been making my job harder. Hey, you're that super rude prosecutor, and you're not rude? Even if I am, that doesn't make you less rude. Or are you just so uncooperative? That's insulting. You're keeping important information from us, you have secrets. A woman is entitled to her secrets. Unless you prepare documentation showing me that Krupa's real face is related to this case. Don't seem nervous about this at all. If I seemed nervous, would I be any less of a suspect? You're really good at throwing me off guard. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. What was your relationship? We originally met in college. We went to the same college? Yes, we met in a school club. We had to collaborate on a few projects and realized we worked well together. He was very determined. After graduating, we went on to start this business. One thing led to another, and I ended up being one of his first employees. The company didn't make any money before we shifted into VTubers. Things were pretty rough before then. Were you two romantically involved? No. He said he could never be interested in someone with such a terrible personality. Prosecutor? That's rude. Sorry. I mean, if you weren't dating Mr. C, why did you stick around the company if the company was losing money? Oh, Mr. C was overly innocent and optimistic. He had an idea, he just went for it right away. And you just love to see someone like that fail miserably. Just kidding. Honestly, I'm so pessimistic, I think his eternal optimism was good for me, it was comforting. Anyway, now the company's doing well and I'm making money, so it all works. Well, I can see why Mr. C wasn't interested in me. You have trouble sleeping? Yes, I'm a really light sleeper. If I can't sleep, I get anxious, sometimes I take pills. We found evidence of sleeping pills in the victim's toxicology report. What brand of sleeping pills do you take? This brand. This brand is interesting. Same brand. I don't know how... How would you be able to tell it's the same brand of sleeping pills? Like, surely... Like, I guess you could find the drug that's in it. But if you have, like, a generic versus a non-generic, surely they could have the same drugs in them, right? That doesn't seem like that's something you could figure out from a toxicology report. Unless we have found the bottle that the deceased had, and that just wasn't made fully clear. Yeah, so I don't think you could figure out branding from that. Okay, I left the office around 5. Is anyone still here when you left? Just me and the boss man, who was still here when I left. Yeah, filler ingredients and maybe, I guess, the dosages. So you're the first one to find the body and the last person he saw before he died. I was the first one to find his body. I don't know if I was the last person he saw before he died. You notice anything strange when you left? No. Is it normal for only 2 people being in the office all day? Yes. Everyone has a desk. We don't force people to come in. Most people like working from home. Okay. So people would come in when there's big projects, but otherwise most people would stay home. Yeah, that was my gut thought. And again, this game also is by a Chinese developer, so it could also be a translation issue here. Okay, you had a date with your boyfriend. Works close, go straight to his office, and he drove us to the movies. What did you watch? I don't remember. You don't remember what movie you saw last night. My boyfriend wanted to watch some superhero robot crap. Fighting and explosions don't do anything for me, but my boyfriend loves it. Anyways, movie theater. The movie theater is near my place. After the movie, we ate Italian and went home, and I went home, he went home, so we worked the next day. So you're basically with your boyfriend the whole night. Yep, I'm sure the movie theater and the restaurant could vouch for that. What time do you go home? 10:25. I saw the time in the elevator, remember it's almost 10:30. About the paring knife. Found it on Prudence's desk. It's the murder weapon. Can't be sure of that. Tell me more about the knife, who uses it? Sophie uses it the most, she cuts up fruit. Sometimes Sophie tells Prudence to help her, so she'll use it too. Why does Sophie ask Miss Weeks to help her? I guess she's just easy to take advantage of. Amanda offers to help sometimes, but she's scary with a knife, so we just tell her no. Miss Allure never asks you to help. Me? With a knife? Help? Why? Never mind, I can see why she doesn't ask. I'm not the kitchen type. I don't think Prudence is the killer, though. Why is that? She's scared of everything, she hates confrontation, there's no way she can kill someone. I see. As for why that knife was on her desk, I think if only someone planted it there on purpose to frame her. Who would want to frame Miss Weeks? I don't know, I don't think anyone has an issue with her. Maybe it was just random. Okay. That's everything for you. I don't know if we're gonna get through everyone. Let's do you're the artist, right? Yeah. The 3D modeler. More accurately, I am their father. What do you mean by that? It's common in this field to refer to the creators of a VTuber as their parents. It's generally the artist and modeler. Originally referred to the artist as the mother and the modeler the father, but it can be the other way around. Sometimes the VTuber's real face can also be referred to as the mother or father. That's confusing. So why are you the father then? Aren't you a woman? Maybe I have more masculine qualities? I don't know, but I don't mind it. Alright, since you brought it up, I'm assuming you're quite proud of your daughter? Of course, she's the apple of my eye. Anyone would be proud to be her mother or father. Miss Childs didn't mention that she was Karipa's mother. Amanda brings shame to our family. If a mother can't be proud of her daughter, then what kind of role model is she going to be? Such a nervous wreck, honestly I don't know what to do with her. Get really in character, huh? I think it's understandable for Miss Childs to be nervous since this is a murder case. Don't make excuses for her. She should be able to keep herself composed. Relationship. He was my boss and a bastard who used my daughter for money. It's quite direct. Can you tell me a bit more about what you think of him? I hold conflicting views of him. One is that he's a bastard who uses my daughter for money. Two is that he's a trustworthy business partner. He makes everybody money, his policies are sound, he's easy to get along with, I was proud to be working under him. Yet you said twice he's a bastard who uses your daughter for money. It seems like that really bothers you. Shouldn't it bother any parent to see their pride and joy taken advantage of? Plus that perv is always skating right on the edge. The edge of what? I know sex is human nature and all, but I still don't like it. I think I know what you're talking about. Seeing how much you're opposed, is your boss very firm on this issue? Our company actually has a policy against creating pornographic material, you know, but Mr. C would always have us make really racy, almost pornographic merch. That's what I mean by him skating on the edge. Creep was Lillian's intellectual property, so Mr. C as CEO has final say over all art and merchandise. I see. But regardless of how I feel about all that, he didn't deserve to be murdered. I'll do anything I can to assist you. You have trouble sleeping? No, I don't keep a specific sleep schedule so I don't have any issues. You ever take sleeping pills or have pills at home? Just made me think of something. I get headaches a lot. If they're bad, then I can't sleep. Once I got one so bad I couldn't sleep for days, so I asked Amanda for some sleeping pills and I could finally sleep. So Miss Childs usually takes sleeping pills. No, I think she was just prescribed them once, not something she usually takes. When was this? About a month ago. You still have any of those pills left? No way, she only gave me a couple. I took the first one that night. What about the other ones? Maybe I lost it. Sorry, let me get this clear. Amanda gave you 2 sleeping pills, but you're only sure you took one of them. Sorry, I only remember taking one. I wonder why. Are you sure? This only makes you more suspicious. Then I'm more suspicious. I really don't know what I did with the other pill, that's the truth. If that makes me more suspicious, then that's what it is. Be pragmatic, huh? Where were you on the night of April 20th? What kind of stupid question is that? I was at home. I'm doing what? Sleeping. Or you just pause. Then pause. I was at home sleeping. From when to when? From around 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I don't know for sure. Is that your normal sleep schedule? No, I don't have a normal sleep schedule. When work makes me tired, I sleep, and when I wake up, I keep working. Doesn't this affect me being in office? We don't enforce office hours. We just have to finish our work, obviously, but when we come in, we just come in when we need to. Can I even testify on your behalf? Probably not. You certain about that? I live alone, so yes, I'm certain. Tell me about the office's pairing night. The landlord, Sophie, uses it a lot. She's the only one who uses it. Not sure, since we all come into the office at different times. Try asking Misty, she's here the most. Do you use the knife? The kitchen is a woman's place, prosecutor, not a father's. You will clear up your answers. Are you saying you've never used the knife before? So she's adamant that she has never used the knife. And yet we have her fingerprints on the knife. I don't know if I should be more concerned by your gender stereotypes or the fact that you're not actually a father. Okay, so we have a contradiction. Okay, I think we have time to interview one more person. I mean, in a game like this, I would expect it not to be someone who looks suspicious at the start, which would probably be these two. The person who's in charge of the money and the person who would evade questions. I would expect it to be someone who is more innocent and less expected to do that, so I'm going to go with you. We do graphic design and product development. That's right. Can you please sit a little closer to me? I can't question you if you're all the way over there, but your eyes are scary. My mom says I have nice eyes. Well, they look like they're about to shoot laser beams. What? I'm pretty sure I can't do that. Can you just calm down? Stop laughing, Emily. And the nice lady questioning said, legally a secretary can't do a prosecutor's job. Get over here, I swear I won't bite. What was your relationship? He's my boss. Tell me anything more. He's nice. Sometimes he can be loud. He would bring me outside with lots of people I don't know. It was scary. He wouldn't care if I didn't want to. I'd have to sit with that group of people and discuss work things. It just sounds like a meeting. Meetings are scary. What were those meetings about? Merchandising products? Don't you work in merchandising? Sorry I was loud. Please come back. He could have gone by himself. He's been here for so long. Why do you need me to go? Because it's your job and he's your boss. You know what? Forget it. If you have any trouble sleeping, no one's around, I can sleep very well. You really don't like other people. You can't sleep, what do you do? Think about how much I don't like people being around. I mean, what do you do? What do you do to fall asleep? Come back. Let's say you can't sleep. Is there anything that would help you get to sleep? Hide in my dreams. But you're not asleep yet. I like dreams. They have everything. Everyone loves me in my dreams. Seems like dreaming solves all of your problems. But to enter those dreams, do you ever take sleeping pills? No. Misty does. Yes, my roommate. Okay, so they live together. Okay. Does she take them regularly? Yes. You know where she keeps her pills? Her drawer. So she knows she has pills, she knows where they are, and she has good access to them. Where were you on the night of April 20th? At home, sleeping. From when to when? I don't remember, I didn't check the time. You sleep at the same time. I sleep a lot whenever I'm tired. I like sleep, it's safe, I don't need to see anyone. Does sleeping so much affect your work? We're not required to come in, I only come in when I need to check out new products. Can anyone confirm you were home sleeping? Misty can. Was she there? No, she had a date, but she came home a little after 10 and saw me. But no one can testify where you were before 10. Got a lead from that. Okay, so it looks like this is someone we can question. And we can look specifically at sleeping pills. Or at alibis. Okay. When I ask you about the office's paranet, you tell me a bit about it. What do you want me to say? Who uses it, who it belongs to? I don't know who bought it, it's just always been there. As for who uses it, that's mostly Sophie. Well, sometimes she asks me to cut the fruit for her. Cut fruit for her? Yeah, like when a client comes, sometimes Sophie asks me to cut fruit up for them. Why wouldn't she ask other people? I don't know. Hey, Miss Allure is younger than you, right? Yeah. But you still let her tell you what to do? Well, don't you think that's odd? I guess she seems older. By the way, do you know where we found the knife? Wouldn't it have been in the drawer under the sink? No, we found it on your desk. Why would it be on my desk? What do you think? I don't know, I don't know anything. No wonder there was blood on my desk. But I really don't know why the knife would be there. I mean, you're all suspects, really. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to call it there, because I do have to get going. It was nice to see a game from the prosecutor's side, and I do like that we're collecting evidence, and we get leads that we can, I can assume, go back and talk to people. If I go back and ask someone I've already interviewed, we skip the initial, yeah, okay. I just confirmed that we can go back and question, for example, I just picked Miss Rue and us, and saw that being a roommate is now an option. So it looks like it's going to be going back and forth and gathering leads and figuring stuff out. I'll probably play this a bit off stream, but it might be a little bit hand-holdy, considering I can only ask people certain things, and every time I gather information, it tells me exactly who I can talk about it. So it might not be your cup of tea if you're looking for something where you kind of have to figure something out, more like in Trials of Innocence before, where you kind of have to take the evidence and suspects and kind of piece together what's what and what doesn't line up. But if you're just looking to, click through a mystery and kind of see what happens, this could be the game for you. But thank you to everyone who tuned in. Like I said, there will not be a stream next week as I am away next week. As for 2 weeks from now, there will probably be some kind of stream. I'm just not sure if it'll be kind of at this usual time. But we've done 2 game demo streams, so when we come back, we will be starting a new game. So you can look forward to that. But until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, and I will see you again in 2 or 3 weeks. Take care for now. Bye.